morning, hockey fans, and welcome into another day of the ACHA D3 National Tournament Pool Play Day 2, and some big implications for Pool A starting off here as Central Michigan University, the number 2 seed, and a 1-0 team takes on Georgia Tech, who lost in overtime yesterday to the number 1 seed, the Air Force Falcons, as the 4 seed. Good morning and welcome into the broadcast booth. Sean Bennett alongside me, Tyler Marcotte. A phenomenal matchup here between two teams who were very hungry from yesterday's game. Georgia Tech played out of their mind, as I think a lot of people were surprised by. They rode a hot streak into nationals, couldn't come up with a win in yesterday's game with 3.5 minutes to go in overtime, coming up with a game-winning goal from the Air Force Falcons. Central Michigan having no problem with their competition in number 3 George Mason, a 9-1 scrubbing of them yesterday.
And I think the thing that we have learned from this tournament so far is you cannot count out these 4 seeds. So far, 4 seeds are 2-1-1 in the national tournament. So they have taken care of business. I think to state how impressive they've been, Quinnipiac beating Michigan State yesterday in regulation is amazing. So you certainly cannot count any team that you face today. And I think Central Michigan, interested to see how they will respond today, as they had no problem taking care of the 3 seed, like you said, George Mason yesterday. So will they come out and take this Georgia Tech team for granted? And will Georgia Tech be riding an interesting high as they competed with the top team in the region, a team that had been the number 1 team in the country for a very long time? So I think 2 different ends of the spectrum here, as Central Michigan comes out with some gaudy numbers as they score 7.32 goals per game and only allow 2.3. On the other end, you got Georgia Tech, they score roughly a little less, 6.04 goals per game, allow 3.13. So 2 teams that are high intensity offense, but when you look at these 2 teams, the story of them was the story yesterday was the goaltending. He had an amazing performance by Zach Cernish, who had made 54 saves on 58 shots. That's including 3 periods in overtime, and Riley Morgan making 22 saves on 23 shots yesterday. So great goaltending from these teams, but we'll see how the offense steps up in this game.
Well, when you talk about the offense and you talk about the goaltending, both Cernish and Riley Morgan, who came up with a one-goal game yesterday with his 22 saves, both of them sitting on the bench today as the backups are getting their time to shine. Trevor Whitehead, a 10-0 record on the season with a 2.3 goals against average and an .893 save percentage, and Caleb Rudnicki getting a chance, 5-1 at 3 goals against and a .912. You got to wonder what the strategy is for both these teams. For CMU, if they're taking Georgia Tech a little lightly, and maybe the same thing for Georgia Tech, or maybe just getting that great goaltending play matched up for that big third day.
Yeah, and I think the term backup is a little derogatory, because both of these goalies could easily start on a number of teams throughout the country, so they don't see themselves as backups, as they shouldn't. The numbers show that they are capable starters. So I certainly hope that these 2 teams are not taking each other for granted, and they're ready to come out and expect the highest form of compete, as this national tournament seems to bring out the best in some of these teams that are perhaps undervalued coming into the week.
Right now, the Chippewas have the leading goal scorer in the ACHA National Tournament in Nate Allgaier, 4 goals yesterday, total of 5 points, leads in goals and leads in total points among all of the ACHA D3 Nationals players. He's going to be one that everyone's going to have their eye on. Usually the course of the season, it's been Dalton Sutherland, the leading point scorer in the entire ACHA this season. He resorted himself back to an assist man, as he's been known to be the last couple of years, as he took the target off his own back and placed it on his line mate.
Yeah, I think the thing that you and I were on that call for the George Mason CMU game yesterday, I think the thing we were most impressed with from the Chippewas was their ability to play special teams. Their power play yesterday, an astounding 3 for 5, and their penalty kill not just 6 for 6, but they had 2 shorthanded goals, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, that's just fantastic on the special teams. They were dominating on both ends for George Mason, and Georgia Tech on their end, pretty successful today, I think, on special teams. 1 for 3 on the power play, 33%, and then you've got on the penalty kill 3 for 3. So both of these teams play very well special teams, and I think we should expect the same. Georgia Tech coming into today's game, 15.3 on the power play, so obviously performing a little bit better yesterday than their season average. So very excited to see this game. Should be an offensive shootout, but then again, we expected that yesterday in the George Mason Central Michigan game. So who knows what's going to happen
and
here
the
to
Florida
kick
Gulf
off.
Coast Arkansas
my
game.
Goodness, what a game.
1-1 overtime final. I think Georgia Tech, though, the big thing with them, they are going to be very hungry. They had victory in their naws yesterday, and they just could not clamp down and get it. Found themselves down 2-0 at one point. A 3-goal comeback to make it 3-2. Air Force tied it up. Air Force eventually got the win in overtime. They came in disrespected. They were an 8th seed in regionals, fought like hell to get their way to the national tournament, and they're not going to make it just happy to be here. They almost upset the number 1 team. Why not do it against the number 2 team?
Yeah, the ACC South champions, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, here and trying to make a statement in their first ever national tournament appearance.
Both teams out on the ice now and ready for the reading of the starting lineups. We'll start off with the away team, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. In goal tonight, as we said, Caleb Rudnicki, a junior from Norcross, Georgia. His defense in front of him will feature the captain, Joey Schutz, from Woodbury, Minnesota, and Drew Wallace, a senior from Downingtown, Pennsylvania. This is your offensive lineup. Kevin Pollock centering the line, a sophomore forward. He'll be joined by left winger Ben Lubin, another freshman, and a grad student, Brandon Holt from Lawrenceville, Georgia. So Georgia Tech also going with the backup goaltender and going with a little bit more of the speedy line that worked out for him against Air Force yesterday. I think one of the faster teams in this entire tournament. Central Michigan not one to not be mentioned in the speedy team matchup as well, as they've got a fast first 2 lines.
Yeah, certainly that second line, which started yesterday, featuring Nick Wink, a senior who missed some time during the second semester season, coming back yesterday and getting a shorthanded goal. So that line missed him a great deal, and they are back and healthy. Not starting today here as the Chippewas are coming out with their big guns right to start the game.
And as we did read the Georgia Tech lineup, they're now coming out. Central Michigan's lineup for the day, you said it yourself. Trevor Whitehead, the senior goaltender, 10-0 on the season. Last time that he played in a game, he played as a forward. Has not played goal in a few months, but I think head coach James Canzo of Central Michigan trusts what he sees in his senior goaltender, and he's trusted him 10 times this season, and it's worked out. The defense for Central Michigan features their captain, James Gleason, a senior from Ortonville, Michigan. On his right side, Justice Bigelow, a senior from Troy, Michigan. So a senior lineup right there, goalie and defense. On the forward lines, the centerman is Ryan Tyre, an assistant senior. Nathan Allgaier, a left wing grad. And the young gun of this entire starting lineup, Dalton Sutherland, the assistant captain, as a junior.
Yeah, and the nation's leading scorer during the regular season with 114 points. He had 2 assists yesterday, helping Nathan Allgaier get that 4-goal game. And this lineup, this starting lineup for the Chippewas of Ryan Tyre, Dalton Sutherland, and Nathan Allgaier, I mean, they are loaded in points. Ryan Tyre has 85 points on the regular season. Nathan Allgaier has 69 during the regular season, 42 goals, not including his 4 yesterday. And those 2 guys, Tyre and Allgaier, are 2 of the leading scorers in program history for this Central Michigan University team. So a star-studded starting lineup for this CMU team.
And we'll see how they match up against a player like Kevin Pollock, a centerman, the Czech on the forward line, one of the leading point scorers for this team at 35 points on the season. So we'll see how these 2 match up. The rest of the Chippewa lineup comes out, so that means we're about to get things underway for the national anthem. We'll step aside for that and rejoin you before the start of this game. to get things underway here from Columbus, Ohio. The 2 versus the 4 seed here from Columbus in Pool A. A lot still at stake for both of these teams. Central Michigan looking to go 2-0, and Georgia Tech looking to get themselves right back in the race to move on to the semifinals.
Yeah, a win would be huge for this team. You never know what can happen, as Central Michigan will face off against Air Force tomorrow, so could be huge implications if Georgia Tech's able to come away with a win today. And Central Michigan, they feel very confident after their dominating victory yesterday, and against the country's leading goal scorer, shut him down to just an assist. So this team is feeling good, feeling ready, and they're ready to take on the task of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets.
And we'll see if Georgia Tech can play the exact same style of hockey they played against Air Force yesterday, a team that we compared very much to Central Michigan, both in our national tournament preview show and on the broadcast yesterday for CMU versus George Mason University. We'll see what happens here today. 60 minutes of hockey action will tell the story. Both teams line up at center ice. Ryan Tyre going here against Carl Risley. Fans are into it. Good showing from both sides. A great morning for hockey. Let's get it underway. Puck drop at center ice, and we're underway. The second game of the day here from Columbus, Ohio, and Chiller Rink B. This one played back inside of the defensive end of Georgia Tech. It finds its way up the ice where James Gleason will take this one now. Gleason has this one. It gets knocked down at center ice by Michael Brzezowski. Now played back. Dump back into the defensive end of Central Michigan, and traffic directed back there from Trevor Whitehead. Moved up the ice as it's taken by Joey Schutz. Schutz moves this one up the ice, and this one's played back by Nathan Allgaier. Allgaier moving this one to the defensive end, get deflected off of the body of Michael Brzezowski down there, and this one's played back. Now inside of the corner it goes. Rung around the boards by the Chippewas. It finds its way inside of the center ice area where the Yellow Jackets recover it. Right in front of the Chippewa bench and taken back by Ryan Tyre as he dumps that one back in for the Chippewas, and it will be held on to from Caleb Rudnicki.
And what we learned from CMU yesterday, the first period against George Mason, we went to the locker room 1-0. And what we learned from them is George Mason was really taking the hurt physically to the Chippewas. So they don't play well when you try and physically dominate them. They get a little flustered, and they try and force those passes and get a little nervous going into the end boards. Make sure, if I'm Georgia Tech, I'm trying to play as physical as possible to try and knock CMU off your game, because this team is a finesse team. You're not going to beat them when you try and outskill them, because they've got, clearly as the numbers show, some of the best players in all of the ACHA. So if I'm Georgia Tech, you have to physically dominate this team.
Well, that's what happened as well with Arkansas against Florida Gulf Coast. This one saved once again by Rudnicki. Florida Gulf Coast dominated the first period of last night's game. More of the shots, 21-7 in that first period.
Yes.
And they were being outskated. They were a faster team in Gulf Coast. So what did Arkansas do? They were hitting everything inside. I like to call that seek and destroy style defense. It was working out for them. Back behind the net, this one taken by Pischke. Shane Agnello having that one inside of the circle for a moment before Ben Lublin takes this one right back. Now playing the center ice area. Off of the near side boards, going after it is Jason Pischke for the Chippewas. Brandon Holt moves this one forward inside of the neutral zone. It's recovered by Georgia Tech. Off of the hands of a Chippewa down there, and inside of the corner this one goes. A couple of Chippewas in the area take this one back away from the Yellow Jackets. Played across center ice. A great move here made by Nick Wink. Wink to the front of the net. Oh, and he just hits it off of the goalpost. It goes hard into the boards. Played back down inside of the high slot area. Moved to the blue line. Brendan Martin recovers it with Dylan Billings back there. Billings taking this one. Getting pressured down by Carl Risley. Joey Simoncelli goes after it for Central Michigan. He takes it back from the goal line. Simoncelli back inside of the corner. A little bit of a stick check right down there from Michael Brzezowski. Now played along the wide side boards. Hard check into the boards. The Chippewas take it back, and Jacob St. Andre sends this one along the boards as Matthew Jones goes after it. Played up. Taken back here by Central Michigan. Inside of the circle, it's loose and taken right back by Georgia Tech. Up the ice goes Brzezowski for a moment there. A little bit of a trip up, nothing too blatant, and this one's taken back the other way. 2-on-2 developing now as it's taken right back into the neutral zone. An entrance into the zone there from Risley. He goes down out of the ice. This one played back down now against the near side boards, and moving this one will be Brzezowski. Brzezowski, a little bit of a check taken there against Carl Risley. He enters in. A lot of room to work with. Fires a shot. Loose in the doorstep and taken there by Trevor Whitehead. His first save of the day.
And I think what we saw from the Chippewas, a great shift. The second shift, the second line, including Jason Pischke, Nick Wink, and Shane Agnello. A great shift as Wink goes end-to-end, almost puts it by. I think Rudnicki almost poked it aside or it either rung off the goalpost, but a great shift there. And so far, this this Chippewa team playing very well, good passing team. And Georgia Tech, like you said right there, a great shift. Trevor Whitehead getting his first shot of rubber today, and he's able to make the easy glove save.
We were wondering what we were going to see from Rudnicki and Whitehead. Both goaltenders look like they have very good awareness of the puck. They're following the movement very well, and both of them have been tested with at least one shot opportunity that's found its way towards the net.
And an update on the other rink. Oakland leads 3-1 over Georgia. Yeah, but Zach Massa, MCHC Player of the Year, has 2 goals already.
Left side circle towards the net, and Trevor Whitehead scoops that one up from the shot from the blue line from Zach Majewski.
And I think the thing to pay attention about that team is last year he did not have a good showing in the national tournament, so maybe some vengeance for him to show out this year and help his team advance to the semifinals.
Played inside of the circle. This one moves back up to the blue line. Masuski's got it once again. Fires this one. A tip job in front. Trevor Whitehead tracks it down and finally is able to cover that one up. A Yellow Jacket right in front trying to sing that one through.
Yeah, it's a great play right off the faceoff. Gets it right to the defenseman, and a shot off the stick of Zach Majewski, the assistant captain, graduate student from Cheshire, Connecticut. Just a tip in front, and somehow Trevor Whitehead is able to dive and get the glove on the puck loose in the crease.
Right side circle face off inside of the Chippewa defensive end, and that one's gets taken back by Central Michigan. Played in their own low slot area. They move this one up the ice. A clean pass. It's touched up by Nathan Allgaier. Played back behind the net. Dalton Sullen's got this one. Leaves it right back there as it's taken by Ryan Tyre from the right side corner. This one taken back behind the net by Dalton Sullen, leading point scorer in the ACHA. Left side circle, and that one just misses the net from James Gleason. Jacob Landsuki plays this one back behind the net. Dalton Sullen passes this one up the ice, finding its way through to the front of the net. Ryan Tyre takes this one from back inside of the corner. Tyre working through traffic and working him way back to the blue line. A shot here from the point, finding its way through. Dalton Sullen gets passed off of that puck. A nice check down there from his numbered mate of Zach Galvin. Left side blue line, a pass back up to Landsuki. Now in the low slot area, Ryan Tyre playing this one, trying to redirect to the front of the net. Now one gets sent back away. A nice save down there from Rudnicki. Played back on the goal line now. This one going against the near side boards, taken by the Yellow Jackets and cleared out of the zone as Tyre has to recover that one.
Great play in front by Dalton Sullen. He tips it on a shot from Ryan Tyre. It was not a very strong shot, but a deflection in front of the net is a dangerous chance, and a great save there from Caleb Rudnicki.
Played back Ryan Tyre on the right side goal line. One-time opportunity from Brennan Martin as he had a goal in yesterday's game, short-handed style, and a beauty that hit the water bottle.
And he had a fantastic task of taking on the ACHA's leading scorer in Cameron Smith and shut him down.
One assist.
He was a shadow all day.
This one played back in now. Nathan Allgaier right side circle. He had 4, so you know they're going to put 2 on him today.
Yeah, exactly.
This one played back down the defensive end. Some speed coming the other way as Kevin Pollock tried to go after that one. Agnello gets there first, and we'll have a face-off 200 feet the other way off of the icing.
And it's a game. So far, it's been a game of trading chances. CMU came out hot, getting 3 straight shots, and Georgia Tech came back the other way with 3 shots of their own. And then CMU back and forth, back and forth. I think that's the style we can expect today as these teams are in a chess match so far.
Played back right side circle. Ooh, and a high-rising shot from Brennan Martin there. The Chippewas gets gloved away without a sweat from Rudnicki.
Well, Brennan Martin, an all-conference second-team member from Novi, Michigan. He's had quite the season. 18 goals, 22 assists from the sophomore.
This one played back right side corner. Going back in after it after that jam for the Chippewas is Central Michigan. Played back out to the center ice area where Cal Jesko's got it. Jason Pischke moves this one up. It gets intercepted by Brandon Holt. He takes a little bit of a check down there and keeps it moving forward. Surrounded by Chippewas, he just dumps and changes for this one. Nice play down there from Holt. Now back inside of their own defensive end. 15:06 to go here. Opening frame of play. We are scoreless. Jason Pischke tried to pass that one up the ice. Couldn't get that one over to his line mate Agnello. Now back inside of the corner. Agnello's got it. Pischke, this one finding its way back behind the net. Going in after it is Shane Agnello. Dumping it right back along the far side corner. Jason Pischke takes it. Pischke falls down, and a 3-on-1 rush developing here for the Yellow Jackets. Led by Michael Brzezowski. Right side circle and misses the net. No pass off.
Great defense there by Brennan Martin, cutting off 2 of the passing lanes. It's 1-on-1 with Trevor Whitehead and the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, and unfortunately he missed the net.
This one played back center ice area. Nice job to get that one through. A few Chippewa legs. Played right in front of their bench, and this one's played back down the ice. Is going after once again is the man who's been everywhere today, Michael Brzezowski.
One of the leading scorers on this team, the assistant captain. He needs to play well. He was held pointless yesterday. They need him to step up today.
This one played back down by Brennan Martin. He'll go off the ice off of that change. Back behind their own net, the Yellow Jackets work with this one. Intercepted by Central Michigan. Joey Simoncelli takes a check behind the net. Zach Galvin will move this one. Played back inside of the corner. Michael Brozowski. A nice chip puck out of the zone, taken back by the Chippewas inside of their defensive end. Now moved up, intercepted. Ooh, delayed offsides and a nice read down there. They take a right side circle and a shot that misses the net from Galvin. Played back left side circle, trying to redirect, and Trevor Whitehead can't find it. They say it's still loose behind the net. Played back on the left side wing side. Played back, and it looks like the net came off down there, so a stoppage in play with 13:37 to go in the first period.
Bad shift for the Chippewas. They try and get the puck out of the zone, give it right back to the Jackets, and they come in the zone, and a shot on net. Nobody knows where it is. Unfortunate for the Yellow Jackets, they were unable to capitalize on the miscommunication down the Chippewa end, and I think Trevor Whitehead just trying to jump back and grab that puck, knocked the post off of its hinge, obviously unintentionally.
Played back off of the face-off win for the Chippewas inside of their defensive end. Back behind the net, they're looking to get in the way of this one, prevent that centering opportunity. Left side circle, they move this one down. A little bit of a check thrown down there from Alex Moon as he moves that puck. Played back behind the net now. This one jumps up into the air. It's knocked away by a hand pass, taken here by the Yellow Jackets, conflicted. This one got lost in the air, finally taken by the Chippewas. Nice check thrown down there as Ben Lublin goes after this one. Now check back there. Holt takes this one once again. Inside of center ice, dump back in. Arm goes up from the official. It looks like we might be getting a penalty coming up here.
I think so. I think going to the box is number 11, Ben Lublin. And I believe it's going to be a roughing. A roughing or a board. He hit Jacob St. Andre in the back right in front of the Chippewa bench. And, you know, we were talking with the other broadcasters about the penalties and the officiating. I feel like it's been pretty even for for each team in each game. At the morning games yesterday, penalties and penalties and penalties. They were calling pretty much everything. But in the afternoon, very low number of penalties and power play opportunities for teams.
Brennan Martin makes this one work. That one gets off of the crossbar, punched out of the zone, and a great heads-up play down there from Joey Schultz. Played back the Chippewa power play, 23.5% on the season, 78th in men's hockey. Played back right side circle, moved up. This one played left side circle. Dalton Sullivan fires a shot. A great save down there, and a pair of them made from Caleb Rudnicki.
What a great, tremendous awareness from Brennan Martin, and he's had a great tournament so far. He had a special teams goal yesterday, a short-handed breakaway from a defenseman, and he's been outstanding. 40 points, like I said, on the season. He's a sophomore defenseman. Yeah, absolutely unbelievable.
And that Chippewa special teams, we talked about the great day they had. 3 for 5 on the power play. How do you like this? 3 short-handed goals yesterday.
Unbelievable.
Nathan Algeier works this one right side circle down to Ryan Tyre. Tyre inside of the circle. He had one in yesterday's game as well. Justice Bigelow had one too, and he's back behind the net with the puck now. This one played up against the boards. Brennan Martin. A lot of goal scorers out of this line right now.
Including number 23.
Ryan Tyre, tried to redirect that one, and right up in front, Rudnicki read that one. Brennan Martin played back over. A fake shot down there from Justice Bigelow. Shot, tried to hit Ryan Tyre on the far post. Played back behind the net. Dalton Sullivan's got this one. Sullivan with a lot of room to work with here from the goal line. Plays it up to Tyre, and he scores! Power play goal for the Chippewas. 13:05 to go here in the first period, and Ryan Tyre starts it off for the second day in a row for Central Michigan.
What a great pass from Dalton Sullivan. He makes that play below the goal line. He's looking, waiting patiently, cuts towards the goal, then cuts back, leaves the defense open. Ryan Tyre cuts towards the front of the net, and he's got a wide open side on the blocker of Caleb Rudnicki and tips it home for the first goal of the game. Ryan Tyre's second first goal of the game this tournament, and it's 1-0 CMU.
And on top of that, his 31st goal this season. He's been leading the way, and that's what you want from one of your senior assistant captains. A great goal for him right there. Started off by Dalton Sullivan. A great pass. Played back Shane Agnello as the Chippewas now look to pick things up. They work this one from the left side circle. Move back to the blue line. A shot here from the blue line. Almost finds its way through. Deflected away. Back inside of the backboards. Taken right here now by Shane Agnello. Moved up the ice by Patrick Muller. Now out of the zone. A good job done there by Muller. Got to watch out for the speedy defenseman of Michael Brzezowski and those forecheckers. Now played back. Pischke will slow things down and work it back into his defensive end with the captain, James Gleason. Played back, Shane Agnello couldn't catch that one, a streaking pass. Played back now as it's taken by Nick Wink. Down the ice it goes as Patrick Bresser will take it here. Bresser makes this one move, having this one back behind. Inside of the corner, this one goes. Stepped up right there and taken by Drew Wallace. Finding a shot towards the net. Room to work with. Loose in front.
Wow.
Trying a shot down there, and that one finds its way behind the net as once again the net comes off.
And the Chippewa goal scored by Ryan Tyre, his second of the tournament. And on the season, that's goal number 31, assisted from Dalton Sutherland and Justice Bigelow. So a power play goal as the special teams continue to shine for Central Michigan. As they extend their power play numbers to 4 for 6 on the power play so far this year. That's unbelievable.
80%.
That's incredible.
Good work if you can get it.
That's incredible. Wow. Those numbers are stupid.
Very well put.
They are. It's ridiculous. 80% on the power play is ridiculous.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. This one played back left side circle, shot towards the net. That one got deflected away by a Chippewa hand from Michael Leon's shot. And Shane Agnello will chase that one down half the way and go off for a line change here. After he found out that one was an icing, just decided to go off. Played back, Leon had that one once again. This one moved forward now. Leon brings it into the zone, pass up the ice, firing a shot. Trevor Whitehead with the rebound, but the save. Played back now as that one was from Joey Schutz' stick. Right side circle. Schutz moves this one up. A great pass opportunity. This one, pinball action. Chippewa's going on the penalty kill now. But perhaps the whistle was blown right as the Chippewas had touched that puck up. We do have a man inside of the net.
Yeah, and the net was number 5, Joey Schutz. I'm not sure if we're going to get a power play or what. It looks like we are going to get a penalty to Dylan Billens, possibly for roughing or interference of something of that nature.
Georgia Tech's power play 15.3%, not the best, and they're going against a very stout, well, you don't have to tell me twice, shorthanded goals in yesterday's game, 3 from the yesterday, 91.7% penalty kill for the Chippewas.
But the Yellow Jackets 1 for 3 on the power play yesterday, so they're looking to continue on their special team success.
Good start with a face-off win here. They move this one in the right side circle. Playing it a huge check thrown there against Kevin Pollock as he goes down, keeps that puck in his possession though. Played back to the blue line. Zach Masuski plays this one. Masuski, right side blue line, shot towards the net, trying the tip right in front of the net. And I like the play call down there from Pollock. Played back now on the goal line, trying to get that one through, but can't get it past the foot of Cal Jesko. Back to the blue line, this one goes. Moving it around is Pollock once again. A pass back over to the cross ice side and just backhanded back into the corner from Masuski. Masuski goes back in after this one now. He takes a check down there from Brennan Martin. He's been doing that all tournament long so far. Kevin Pollock now, right side circle, left side, and shoots this one towards the net. A whistle here as perhaps the net came off.
Yeah, they're not going to let this Chippewa team change. And what great awareness and control on the point, especially from Zach Majewski. He's moving the puck effortlessly around, distributing it to all of his power play members. He's the leader on this team on the power play so far. And I like what I'm seeing. A lot of traffic in front of Trevor White. Had a lot of shots from the point, low shots from the point. That is such a key part to having a successful power play, and they're getting on net. But Trevor Whitehead looks stout so far on this penalty kill.
There's the first mistake made for Georgia Tech on what has otherwise been a very well-moved power play. That one comes out of the zone. They'll look to quickly break out of their zone. No time for a setup. Almost didn't work out for them there as a pair of Chippewa forecheckers are coming right back after him. 4-on-3 entering into the zone here. They work from the right side circle. Back in the corner. This one looking for a redirect as that one got hit off of a Chippewa and Yellow Jacket foot. Move back down the ice and a good clearing effort down there from Central Michigan. 43 seconds left to go here on the power play. 9:15 left in the first period. Played back behind the net. They wait for this one to get some movement going. A fake leave back there as it's taken by the Yellow Jackets. Moved up the ice now. An entrance into the zone from Carl Risley. Trying to get around Justice Bigelow. Instead, he's thrown into the boards. Left side goal line. Still loose in front of that. The backhander, and they score! Zach Galvin in front of the net. And a pair of power play goals in this game. 1-1 game. 8:54 to go in the first period.
Well, I think the initial shot came from Tom Petrick, and it somehow got to number 4 on the stick of Zach Galvin, and he just flipped it up over the blocker's shoulder of Trevor Whitehead. A power play goal for Georgia Tech, and we've got a tie game.
The 7th goal of the season, 8th of the season for Zach Galvin, and he was the opportunist right in front. We just talked about it. Yeah. They were getting a lot of traffic in front of the net. Great passing, and what do you see right there? Great passing that leads to a shot that leads to the traffic putting it through.
Hard work yields reward, and this Georgia Tech, not the prettiest of goals, but it just flipped right over the blocker, and we've got a tie game here. Beautiful power play, excellent systems, puck movement, traffic in front of the net. That is an A+. That is exactly how this Georgia Tech team wants wants to play. If I'm head coach Robert Cernish, I'm happy.
Yeah, right now you're seeing a lot of evenness on 5-on-5, but the power plays are working out for both teams. As Georgia Tech, like we said, 15% on the season, they're 1 for 1. That's 100% in my book. Face-off inside of the offensive zone coming up here for Central Michigan off of that face-off win at center ice. 1-1 game here, 8:47 to go in the first period.
Well, they gave the goal to number 7, Tom Petrick, but I'm 90% sure that one was flipped up by Zach Galvin. He was, you can normally tell in a celebration, the guy that they circulate towards is probably the goal scorer, but the assist going to number 12, Carl Risley. So Georgia Tech, a power play goal here to tie it up in the first period.
And a great save made right there from Caleb Rudnicki. Brendan Martin was thinking low right post, and the glove scooped that one up and away.
And now it's time for Central Michigan to respond after giving up only their second goal of the tournament.
That is goal number 18, if that will stand for Georgia Tech's Tom Petrick.
And I think the Chippewas are going to get a penalty.
Nathan Allgaier sitting in the box now, and you're just putting a Georgia Tech lethal power play right back to it after we've already seen them doing it once. Something on the bench, I believe.
I believe my guess is either a bench minor or a sportsmanlike conduct or something of that nature, because they were all on the bench. The official gave the signal, and a crowd of Chippewas were unhappy, including James Kadzo, the head coach, first-year head coach. And sitting in the box right now is a frustrated Nathan Allgaier. The assistant captain, Dalton Sutherland, is speaking to a group of officials. So a Georgia Tech power play that is 2 for 4 on the weekend, 1 for 1 today. They've been impressive. That was a very good power play from the Yellow Jackets.
50% in a national tournament. Yeah. I know it's only the second game. We're not even through the fifth period of hockey, for Georgia Tech.
We're going to get that media timeout here so that both teams can have a break. And if I'm Georgia Tech right now, you've got to be extremely happy with how your team is playing right now. A very efficient power play, exactly how this coaching staff wants to draw that up. Traffic in front of the net yields reward, and they get a goal. And they started the period a little slow. The Chippewas having the momentum. Shots are in favor of CMU 10-6, but I mean that's not out shooting by an extraneous number. And I'm very impressed with this Georgia Tech team. Fast, physical, and they don't pass without a purpose. I think one thing that you and I see a lot in this league is passing just for the sake of passing, and a lot of good teams have good players that can move the puck efficiently. I think the teams that we see that struggle have a hard time moving the puck, tape-to-tape passes. It seems like such an amateur and easy thing to do, but really on your breakouts and your movement in the offensive zone, if you cannot hit your partner on the tape, I mean that's a turnover, that's loss of possession, that is an opportunity for the other team to start a breakout or gain possession. So the way that this Georgia Tech team has moved the puck has very impressed me a lot, because they're efficient. They use the puck, they use their timing, and they use it to open up space in the offensive zone. So a good start here for the number 4 seed in Pool A.
And a great shot right off the noggin as that one goes right into the red basket of Trevor Whitehead.
The red basket.
The red basket. 3 seconds in, they get a shot on the power play, and a good way to start as we've got 8:27 left to go here in the first period. Second power play of the day for Georgia Tech. Like you said, 50% on the national tournament thus far. Played back inside of the corner as this one goes back on the goal line, being moved by the Yellow Jackets by Brozowski. Brozowski passes this one back down to the goal line now. Trying that one right in front once again. This one will just sneak out of the zone as Matt Jones will go after it. Played back. Taken at center ice and moved back in. Oh, the Chippewa penalty killers are looking to be tenacious right there once again.
Aaron Martin flying around on this penalty kill.
Low glass here, but he gets that one right off the tippy top, and it goes down the ice. A great clearing effort down there from the sophomore. Played back behind the net. Georgia Tech looking to slowly move this one up and out the ice. Moving it up. They get this one at center ice, and a few men through traffic down there. Great movement down. Right side circle, firing a shot, a weak one. Loose down there. Oh, and the benefit of an early whistle to Trevor Whitehead. The official might have lost that one and thought that he had it. Better to make that call than no call, they say, though.
And the net far off its hinges as a Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket, I believe, pushed Philip Fazio into the goal, which probably helped both teams in resetting the play. It's a face-off in the offensive zone, but so far, Georgia Tech's face-off has been fantastic. They've won all their face-offs on the power play, and that's helping them gain possession at the point. And again, back out on the point is Zach Majewski, who led the charge in that first one and helped them get that so-important first goal for them.
50 seconds into the power play, they win another face-off down here inside of their offensive end. Working back behind the net. This one goes inside of the corner. Waiting to get this one up to the blue line. They're able to get that one cleanly up to Zach Masuski. Played back, left side circle now. Walking in, firing a shot, loses the doorstep, trying to jam it through. Net stays on right here, still going. Oh, and a late whistle blown right there as they try to backhand wrap around.
Yeah, this net has come off its hinges about 4 or 5 times in this first period alone. And I think that's benefited the Chippewas quite a bit. I think right there, you had Trevor Whitehead down on the ground and Georgia Tech with possession. That smelled danger for the Chippewas, and unfortunately that net is coming off. And this is not like in the NHL or at ice houses it would be on Friday and Saturday, where you've got the posts in the ice dug in and with the drill. This is just your regular little stick in the ground, and you hope it sticks.
So far, not doing great.
No, not doing tremendous, but
that net's doing over fine by Rudnicki's side of things.
He hasn't had a lot of attention in the last 5 minutes, as the Chippewas have been shorthanded for the last, it seems like they've been shorthanded the last 5 minutes.
52 seconds left here, 7:22 left in the period. See what Georgia Tech can do with the rest of their time on this power play. Played inside of the left side corner now, working its way up to the left side circle. Moving it through, this one not being able to be moved cleanly as the Chippewas are killing some time by playing kick the biscuit. Working along, and this one being pushed back up there. A lot of time coming off, down to 30 seconds left on the man advantage here. Finally, it squeaks its way out, left side circle, back to the blue line on the left side. Down through the circle, that one couldn't be caught cleanly by Tom Petrick, the goal scorer in this game. Played back down, Petrick's got it once again. Played back behind the net, trying to jam this one right in front. The centering opportunity got jammed up. Loses that one, was shot through the circles, and finds its way back out of the zone. Final 13 seconds here on the Jacket power play. Back up the ice, Cal Jesko leads the rush here. Entering in from the right side circle. Great moves down there, but couldn't keep that puck with him. And that will do it for the Yellow Jacket power play. This one goes back inside of the corner. Philip Fazio takes this one now for Central Michigan. Playing it down, he takes a check and falls down onto the ice. Nice one done down there. And a check right back at him down there. I believe Brennan Martin was the wrecking ball down there.
Yeah, he's playing a fantastic game defensively for CMU.
Trevor Whitehead leaves this one back behind the net. Played forward up the ice now as that one hits off of an official and finds its way back into Patrick Mueller's stick. Intercepted here. Jacob St. Andre plays that one forward, tries to extend the stick to take that one, has no luck. Dylan Billings gets his stick in the way of that one and disrupts it from getting cleanly to Kevin Pollock. Now Jackson Jeanette goes in after this one. Plays it off of the boards, caught in the legs of a Yellow Jacket, and brought in offsides.
And Dylan Billings, number 9 for CMU, the brother of Chad Billings, who played for Team USA in the Olympics just a few weeks ago. Wonder if he got any words of wisdom as he's ready to prepare to get a trophy of his own.
And talking about those connections of James Gleason as well, cousin Tim Gleason, a longtime NHLer, and his brother Ben Gleason playing in the Ontario Hockey League right now. So a little bit of bloodline in this Chippewa team. Left side goal line, shot on net, taken right back away from Alex Osborne of the Chippewas. Moving this forward, Joey Schutz tries to get in the way of that one, but Fazio takes it. Fazio, that one left back there, Sean Carney takes it. He gets checked up against the boards and a rush the other way from Carl Risley. Risley enters in, onside, brought over left side circle, a shot that gets deflected away by a Chippewa leg. Now moved up, a check down there, brought back in by Brozowski. 5:13 left to go here in this first period. Played back as this one works inside of the circles once again. Moved up the ice now, a streaking man in Alex Osborne, and a great stick work done there from Joey Schutz to prevent that one from finding any more leeway.
Chippewas are trying to get into the zone. They're just losing the puck in the neutral zone. That that defenseman for Georgia Tech, they are cutting off all the passing lanes. Very impressive job.
The Chippewas are really trying that stretch pass here today, and Georgia Tech is just reading it. Played back by the net, James Gleason has got this one now. 4:40 to go here, first period. There we go once again as that one got stuck off of the foot of Ryan Tyre while he was interfered with by Masuski. To the front of the net, firing a backhander, and Nathan Allgaier gets robbed down there from Caleb Rudnicki.
And that's got to be the first shot for CMU in at least 4 minutes, as shots are now 11-10 in favor of Central Michigan. Georgia Tech has really had a great 8-minute spurt of getting shots on net.
Right side circle, face off in the offensive end here for Central Michigan. Dalton Sullen will take it here from the dot. This one back to Nathan Allgaier. Left back here for James Gleason. Ooh, and a rip shot. That one might have went off of the arm of Michael Leon. Played back right side circle. James Gleason gets in the way of that one. Nate Allgaier takes it. Now over to James Gleason. Fires a shot. Ooh, that one might have hit off his own teammate right on the right post. Played back down to the goal line. Taken back here upside to the right side circle to Nathan Allgaier having it. Allgaier, this one taken back behind the net by Dalton Sullivan. He tries to body off the man down there. Ryan Tyre from the corner. Inside of the circle now. James Gleason, top of the point. Back over to Nathan Allgaier. Allgaier fires this one in front of the net. Dalton Sullivan had that one blocked away. Now back as it works its way to Patrick Bresser. Bresser, he got that one blocked away and keeps it going. Bresser working around a few men. A high shot down there. Dalton Sullivan will take this one right back. Playing it back onto the far side boards. Check thrown down there. Taken back by Georgia Tech. And they flutter puck that one out of the zone beautifully.
And whenever this first line for Central Michigan is on the ice, it's got to feel like you're on a penalty kill for Georgia Tech. And fortunately, they've been able to keep them off the ice with 2 power play chances.
Right side circle. That one's intercepted by Georgia Tech. Who's coming in with that one was Drew Wallace for a moment. Dalton Sullivan was the streaking man up ice, but he couldn't catch that one. Tries to get the hand on it as that one's cleared down the length. Was touched up, so no icing call down there as this one will go down the ice. No icing call here from the official as they'll see that one could have been touched up by Mueller. Nearly taken there by the Chippewas, but moved up ice cleanly to Ben Lublin. Now right in front of the Georgia Tech bench, nearly hit down there, but keeping this one going forward was Pollock. Brought in now by Dalton Sullivan, logging extra minutes on this shift. Played back inside of the left corner. Moving this one to the blue line as he gets a little bit of a stick check back there. Moved over to Justice Bigelow. Bigelow inside of the slot, moves this one right back down to the circles. Back to Bigelow at the blue line. Winds up, fires a shot that gets blocked up and out of play with 2:50 to go here in the first period.
Yeah, Justice Bigelow a little indecisive on the point. Love to see him get that shot off as he's holding it and he's trying to get it to Ryan Tyre in the high slot, but there's an open ice. There's an open lane. You cannot take these open lanes at the point for granted. Just throw something on net. You've been outshot in the last 4 minutes at least 7-1, so you've got to get something on net as Caleb Rudnicki he's got to be feeling a little rusty after not getting a lot of attention in the last 5 minutes.
Big shot there from Justice Bigelow and a bigger block from Michael Brzezowski. This one played back behind the net with 2.5 minutes to go here in this first period. Turnover right in front of the net. Agnello tries to fire it through and he scores! Shane Agnello with 2:34 to go in the first period gives the Chippewas the lead once again, 2-1, and a great goal right there with traffic in front.
And he tips it in. Shane Agnello gets the puck in front. I believe Nick Wink was on the doorstep to bang that one home. We'll wait to see what the call was. But what a great play, a turnover down low created by Agnello. He made that play. Unbelievable individual effort from number 8, Shane Agnello from South Lyon, Michigan. A very impressive defensive play as the Chippewas were finding themselves getting some momentum, and a beautiful effort. I believe number 61 is going to get the goal. Shane Agnello.
Okay, Nick Wink. There you go. That's 2 goals for him in this tournament now, and he has not played in months before this, as you mentioned earlier in the pregame show, off of the concussion. This one tipped in front of the net. Waiting for it is Brzezowski. Intercepted here by the Chippewas as Jackson Jeanette's got it. Fires a shot. That one just misses. Now Lansookie goes in after that one. Played back inside of the corner. Back to Lansookie. Finds its way towards the net. Loose as it looked like that one had been covered up by Rudnicki. Back behind the net now. Playing this one forward. Jamming it through, and a great save. Emphatic down there from Rudnicki.
And that is the 13th shot of the period. Yeah, that was a great goal. That's the second time this weekend that Shane Agnello and Nick Wink have connected for a goal, and what a great play. And Central Michigan takes a late 2-1 lead, and I think they needed that goal desperately as they were feeling themselves gasping for breath as all the momentum was in the Yellow Jackets' possession.
Absolutely. They were being overpowered by this Georgia Tech team, and that's a good goal. It's a filthy goal.
Yeah.
One that you really need to get yourself back in and play that gritty style.
That forecheck really can, if you can effectively forecheck in this league, in this tournament, you're going to force a lot of chances and a lot of mistakes from the other team.
This one played down as Brennan Martin fires a check down there. This one played off of the glass and finds its way right back inside of the defensive end now. Nate Allgaier tries to go in after that one. Can't take it right back. Cal Jesko with it. Dumps that one around the rink, and it finds its way to the corner as Nathan Allgaier goes after it. Being chased down here. Chippewas force a turnover, and this one's back behind the net where Dalton Sullivan will take it. And a power play coming up here to the Chippewas, a tripping penalty against Tech. And
we're going to get a late power play opportunity for CMU. And coming out here is power play 2 of Jason Pischke, Jake St. Andre, and Jackson Jeanette. Jeanette getting some time on the power play. You'll love to see that from the freshman.
And this freshman class has been so crucial for these Chippewas. They have really filled out nice with that third and fourth line. Played back behind the net now as Dylan Billings goes in after this one from behind the corner. Now back there he's being pressured from Joey Schutz, finding its way. And it goes down now as Jason Pischke's got it. Played back, left side blue line. Cal Jesko moved back down to St. Andre. Jacob St. Andre shoots one that misses the net. Last minute of play here. Right to the front of the net, trying to jam that one through. Back behind the net, and Rudnicki followed that one the whole way. Played left side blue line. St. Andre with it. Back over to Cal Jesko. He gets it right back now. He's working down slowly, fires a shot. Loose in front, Jeanette fires it again. And great defense right in front of Georgia Tech's net. Gets that one down the ice.
A lot of bodies, but more Georgia Tech bodies than CMU, and they're able to block that shot. A good pass movement between Jake St. Andre, Cal Jesko, and Jason Pischke to open up the Georgia Tech point, and then they're able to get a shot off, but fortunately for Georgia Tech, they're able to block it.
Dalton Sutherland brings this one in, right side circle, and loses that one back. Passes it to his line mate, Jake St. Andre. St. Andre, hard pass down to Dylan Billings from the blue line back to Brennan Martin. 15 seconds to go here in this period. Shot towards the net. That one just missed down there, and a blocked clearing effort down there. There's a huge check is thrown from Dylan Billings. He punishes his man. Played back in. St. Andre leaves this one forward. 3 seconds left to go here. Dalton Sutherland leaves this one in front for Jacob St. Andre, and that will do it for 20 minutes of play here. Chippewas will have 41 seconds of power play, bleed overtime, and a great end-to-end action for both teams. 2-1 after 20 in favor of the Chippewas.
Shots in favor of CMU 14-10, but that's really a tale of 3 halves in that, 3/3 in that first period. 3 halves, yeah. Math is not my strong suit, but CMU came out of the gate really, really strong, dominating the pace of play, and then 2 power play opportunities for Georgia Tech. One finds the back of the net, the second one not as effective, but they're able to catch up and tie the shots, and then CMU getting back into it, getting that great goal, a turnover in front, forced by Shane Agnello, moves it in front to Nick Wink and taps it in. And Central Michigan is going to go into the first period go into the second intermission, the first intermission.
There you go.
With a 1-goal lead for the second day.
Well, we will step aside momentarily, rejoin you for the start of period number 2. Great action here that you're not going to want to miss, but meanwhile, tune over to the other rink where Georgia and Oakland are going at it, a battle of 2 rivals going at it. We will be back here in about 14 minutes, be on about 12. See you then here from rink 2.
Marathon, fueling the American spirit. Providing the newest marathon station. Visit mymarathonstation.com. Ardar, the official ACHA 2018 National Coast Game Hangout. Open on 1st Street in downtown Columbus. Ardar, the best hockey bar in Columbus. The three-legged dinner, right in the heart of Columbus's Arena District on 1st Street. Open for lunch and dinner. Old world style for modern day life.
I was watching the Oh, really? Well, it was 2-1 when I left. Yeah. Wow. Well, Oakland,
Second period action just set and ready to get underway here from Columbus Chiller North Rink B. A great game thus far between Central Michigan University, the 2 seed, and Georgia Tech, the 4 seed here from Pool A. 2-1 game after 20 minutes of play. And we saw some back and forth action. Georgia Tech taking it to the CMU team. Central Michigan leading thanks to a goal in front by Nick Wink, his 14th of the season.
And Tom Petrick getting the power play goal for Georgia Tech, and shots 14-10 in favor of CMU, but Georgia Tech hanging on as they will start this period shorthanded.
41 seconds of power play time here for Central Michigan. Look to take advantage of it here. Believe it to be a boarding call as this one's played back inside of the defensive end of Central Michigan. All 5 of them, or excuse me, this is a tripping call this time. This one around as the Chippewas move this one across center ice. Bring it in here with Justice Bigelow left back, and Georgia Tech takes advantage of that mistake and sends it down the rink. Played back now as Ryan Tyre gets this one quickly from Trevor Whitehead. Tyre moving this one. Has it. Played back. Left side circle. Firing a shot at Nathan Allgaier. Rarely misses from this tournament. But there he missed the net as this one finds a way off the mid-glass and goes down the ice. Played up the ice as James Gleason has got it, and the Chippewas are now 1 for 2 on their power plays in the game. Georgia Tech, a great penalty kill there.
Still 6 for 9 in the national tournament so far.
Nice numbers for the Chippewas. Played back, a nice check down there as Central Michigan has this one at center ice. Dumps it right back down in front of the center ice area and played back inside of the corner. Ryan Tyre goes after this one. Nathan Allgaier plays it, and back behind the net, Alex Moon, his number counterpart, takes this one back against Central Michigan. Georgia Tech sends this one down the ice, not on net, so that will go down for an icing. With 18:46 to go here in the second period, a 2-1 score in favor of Central Michigan.
Yeah, there were 3 parts of that first period. The first part, Central Michigan coming out strong, getting a lot of shots. They led in shots. I believe it was at one point it was 6-1, and then Georgia Tech gets 2 power play opportunities, including one of those a goal, and they took over in the shooting department, and then a big break in front.
Right in front of the net now. This one being played, sorry there, Tyler.
No.
Played back across the center ice area as Michael Brzezowski brings this one in. Back behind the net, Cal Jesko goes after it. Jesko looking to get the stick on that one. Right side circle, a little bit too fancy down there is Nick Wink as he plays this one back, and back to the center ice area. This one played in front of the scorer's box. Taken back by Brendan Martin, sends that one down the length of the ice and dumped right back in now from Matthew Jones. This start of the period feeling a lot less similar to the start of the first period, but a lot more like the middle part with the feeling out process.
Yeah, certainly.
Now both teams have seen each other for 20 minutes, but what do they expect coming out? What adjustments have been made from head coaches Robert Cernich, and James Cadzo? Played back on the goal line now, 17:57 to go here as this one goes off of the side of the net in the Chippewas offensive end. Played down the ice now as they move this one through the center ice area and collected by Carl Risley. Risley in a man battle down there inside of the corner, and Brendan Martin does a little bit of the hands back right there. We'll see if they'll be taking both these hotheads off for offsetting.
I believe they might, but I don't know if Brendan Martin retaliating from a play by number 12 on Georgia Tech, Carl Risley, and had Brendan Martin in a headlock. Not sure if both of those are even, but regardless, we're going to skate 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. Interesting.
Absolutely. And you saw at least a hold down there, maybe a few cross checks, a headlock. Regardless, they'll get some time to catch their breath. And I think I see 5 skaters out there apiece.
Oh, it should be a 4-on-4. Yeah. Georgia Tech has an extra player on the ice.
Georgia Tech was confused.
I'm often confused, so it's fine.
Third half. Played back right side circle, 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. A lot of open ice out there for 2 very good passing teams. This one played right side boards, finding its way back in the low slot. The Chippewas will move this one up the ice on the stick of Dylan Billings. Now we'll really get to see what this speedier team can do, and it's not just about having the speed, it's about being able to use it reasonably. Jacob St. Andre having this one from the corner, leaving this one towards the front, and that one almost got kicked around towards the front of the net. Luckily aware down there was Rudnicki. Played back inside of the corner, Dylan Billings tries to drive this one. Played back goal line, this one played to the blue line, a little bit too hot as Gabe Smith had to collect that one on the backhand. Nathan Allgaier moves this one in front of his own team's bench. Collected down there as it's pushed forward by Kevin Pollock. Now brung back in, Nathan Allgaier on the blue line, a very slim part. Gabe Smith fires one on net, taken back here by Georgia Tech. Pressure being applied in front of the net. Nathan Allgaier from the blue line rips one, and that one just misses the net, hits off of the back of it. Gabe Smith tries to wrap around, his stick gets lifted. A great defense down there from Patrick Muller.
Yeah, getting the puck high and out of the zone, forcing the Chippewas to regroup. And Nathan Allgaier, I don't think he missed by much on that high shot, as there's a great hit by Zach Govin.
Yeah, Govin, we thought he had the first goal, but he definitely got a huge check right there. This one moved down the ice, and again, another check right in front of that Georgia Tech bench. Played back behind the net. Georgia Tech really turning up the physicality game right here. We talked about them needing to do that. Here on 4-on-4, they decide to go for it. A little bit riskier when you have that much open ice, but now they have a 2-on-1 rush coming. Leading the way is Brandon Holt to the front of the net, firing a shot. Oh my goodness, the entire net thrown off, and Trevor Whitehead.
Oh, he went hard into the post as a Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket. Not sure if Justice Bigelow for CMU pushed him into the goal, but I think crashing into the net was number 23, Drew Wallace. Excuse me, number 25, that's Kevin Pollock.
Yeah, and Pollock and Holt were leading that rush. Holt decided to move himself right to the low slot, and Pollock really couldn't stop himself down there as Bigelow was fighting like a dog to back check.
He's going to go to the box for interference. Interesting call. I couldn't tell at the speed of all those guys, could not tell if he pushed Pollock into Trevor Whitehead, but fortunately all players are okay, and Trevor Whitehead really went hard into the goal, and fortunately he is fine. Or he seems fine, so we're going to get another power play, the third power play opportunity for the Yellow Jackets. Bigelow, 2 minutes for interference.
So 4-on-3 for 23 seconds here.
Plenty of open ice. This should certainly show us what this Georgia Tech team is all about speed-wise.
They move this one, entrance from the left side as they have it outside of the circle. Back to the left side blue line, playing it outside of the circle, not able to catch that one cleanly. Played back inside of the corners. Cal Jesko throws a check down there as this one's stuck in the corner, and Brzezowski comes in for reinforcements. Good pass back over. It's collected by Drew Wallace. Wallace collecting this one. Looking to move with it. Plays it back down. Not a great pass. Works its way down. Collected once again now by Brzezowski. Passes it down. Left side circle. Firing a shot. Whitehead comes up with the save. And again, the net comes off. I think it's just Trevor Whitehead. It's not the net.
It might be. He's pushing. I mean, it's a goalie strategy. You got to use your posts to push off of. I mean, it's not like he's doing it to stop the play. It's a strategy. A lot of people who are not around the game a whole lot will see that play and thinking, oh, this goalie is kicking the net off.
Yeah.
No, it's a strategy by these goalies. You have to use the net to move around, use the post to push off of. So it's not a strategy of, oh, I'm going to kick the post off. Obviously, sometimes that is the case with a goaltender once in a while, but that is it's a universal thing that goaltenders all around the league use.
5-on-4 here now for the next minute 12. So Georgia Tech on their third power play, like you said, 50% today.
We've got an update on the other sheet. Zach Massa putting on a show, his fourth goal of the game, 7-3, 7-1. Excuse me.
That's unreal.
He's one of the best goal scorers in the country. Last year's ACHA D3 Player of the Year. This year's MCHC Conference Player of the Year. One of the best shooters in the entire country, and we were sitting with this Chippewa team watching Oakland play against Farmingdale State, and they all marvel at his speed, his tenacity, and the way he shoots the puck, the release. Just a beautiful player to watch, and he's a lot of fun.
Entrance in now from Georgia Tech as they have this one inside of the corner. Ooh, hard into the boards down there. Works out as a clearing effort for the Chippewas with 45 to go on their penalty kill. 14:50 left here in the second period. 2-1 in favor of the Chippewas. This one played back on the near side boards. Moving this one, Fazio can't get the stick in the way of that. Georgia Tech getting this one cleanly down to Michael Leon, and then immediately it's batted at as having collected is Matt Jones. Jones back in his defensive end, moves this one right in front of the Chippewa bench. Back as Jones has it once again, finding its way down the ice, and Dylan Billings will take it once again. Billings slowly back to his own goal line and back behind the net. This one down the ice, going after this one on the clearing effort is Philip Fazio. And not a bad play there from Rudnicki just to calm that one down and freeze it.
At 10 seconds left on the power play for Georgia Tech. They've gotten a couple of chances on Trevor Whitehead, and he's been able to kick most of them aside. So he looks very comfortable, even though he's had a lot of traffic in front of his net all day. and even in his net all day.
Yeah, no kidding. He's had about 3 Yellow Jackets in there through the course of the day. Played back behind the net now. That'll do it for the Yellow Jacket power play. Chippewas kill it off. 1 for 3 on the power play now. Go the Yellow Jackets. This one played back on the goal line. Chippewas have this one inside of their offensive end. 14 minutes to go here, second period. Played back inside of the corner. Dalton Sutherland pushes this one up to Cal Jesko at the blue line. Jesko, left side circle, fires one, and they score! Shot from Jesko, top of the circle. Might have been tipped in front from Nathan Allgaier. 3-1 Central Michigan. 13:52 to go in the second period.
And just as they are able to kill off that penalty, that interference penalty against Justice Bigelow, they're able to get a quick goal from the point. Cal Jesko sneaks it right past the blocker. Not sure if it got tipped based on the reaction of Nathan Allgaier. I'm going to give that one to Cal Jesko as they circled around him. Chippewas take a 3-1 lead at the tail end of that penalty kill.
And if that does stick with Jesko, that is his 3rd goal this season. He scored here. And they do give it to Cal Jesko. He has scored 3 goals this season now. 1 in the national tournament, 1 against the #1 team in the country, Michigan State, and 1 other one. What a time to come up with your 3rd goal.
And Dalton Sutherland, his 4th assist of the tournament, his 2nd today.
He's a consistent point getter, and you know that's how you get that many points. He's uncomfortable being a goal scorer. It seems like as Dalton Sutherland now leads the rush down the other way. This one will be taken by Rudnicki and passed it back behind the net. Taken, Nathan Allgaier takes this one to the front of the net, fires a shot, and he scores! Top cheddar, nowhere better, and a beautiful goal from Nathan Allgaier. Found it in front and roofed it.
And that play was made by Dalton Sutherland. The puck dumped all the way down. He beats out the icing, gets the puck, wins it in the corner. Nathan Allgaier forces the turnover and snipes it top shelf over the glove of Caleb Rudnicki for his 5th goal of the tournament.
And his 47th goal this season. He's right behind Dalton Sutherland now for the goal mark.
Unbelievable. And this Chippewa offense coming alive here in the second period. 2 goals back-to-back.
Within a span of not even 40 seconds away from each other. This one played back down the ice now as Patrick Bresser's got it. 4-1, Central Michigan leads it.
And guess who on the assist? Dalton Sutherland, his 3rd of the game.
Back behind the net, trying the wraparound, short side, and that one gets sent right back behind by Jason Pischke, trying to jam that one through. Not sure where that puck ended up, and it looks like the net's moving a little bit and might have been covered up. So now we got some extracurricular activity. It looks like a Chippewa might have pushed down one of the Georgia Tech players.
Shagnello in the middle of the scrum. Not a guy you normally see picking his battles with the opponent.
Yeah, one of the lower penalty takers on the season for Central Michigan, and one of those guys who never seems like he'd be the one to get in the middle of action.
Nice guy, Shane Agnello.
Left circle face-off here for Central Michigan. Nick Winkle take this one. Dalton Sutherland with the assist hat trick.
Yeah, he's playing very well. Very well. That's what you expect from your leaders here today.
Left side circle face-off. This one taken back by Justice Bigelow. Fires it on net. Loose in front. Trying to jam this one through, and they score! Jason Pischke in front of the net, and the Chippewas take a 5-1 lead. 13:42 to go here in the second period. What a goal from Pischke.
Traffic in front, a shot from Bigelow from the point. Somehow squeaks loose as there were 3 or 4 players in front by Rudnicki. And the puck squeaks loose, and Jason Pischke roofs it over the blocker of a sprawled Rudnicki, and the Chippewas take a commanding 5-1 lead. 3 goals back to back to back. And we're going to get a timeout for Georgia Tech as they try to weather the storm, but CMU is fired up on the bench, no pun intended.
1 minute, 10 seconds. 3 goals for Central Michigan, 12:42 to go here in the second period.
And all on the tail end of a penalty kill.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
What a massive response.
And the energy in this building has shifted from one side to the other in a drastic amount. They are feeling it on CMU's bench. What a great play, though. That's the result of a face-off win, a shot from the point, down low, and an excellent play by Jason Pischke not to get too deep, not to get sucked into the play, just kind of hang out loose, see what can happen, and the puck squeaks out. That is tremendous awareness because it's so easy for a player to say, I want to get in, I want to get in and get in the dirty areas of this game. You got to be patient. You got to wait for your opportunities, and it was put right there in front of him on a silver platter, and he sniped it it home.
Tyler, I'm going to show you the goal sheets for CMU in the last 2 days, and I want you to see if you notice any similarities.
Just a little bit.
In the second period, it started at the 11 or 9 minutes into the second period, and then from the 11-minute mark to 2 minutes remaining, 4 goals were scored. They decided to speed things up a little bit more in today's game. 3 goals in a minute 10, but it's the second period takeover from Central Michigan. It was a 1-0 game against George Mason after 20, 2-1 game against Georgia Tech.
And look at the goal scores.
Yeah, the same
3 of
guys.
the goal scorers who have scored today for CMU all scored yesterday. So
Ryan Tyre, Nathan Allgaier, and Nick Wing.
Lots of consistency from the offensive end, and CMU is benefiting from excellent play, and I think Georgia Tech is going to get a penalty here.
Looks like it's Central Michigan working with house money right now as they bring this one up and out. Trevor Whitehead will stay in the net for here. Jackson Jeanette moves this one in, working on the back of the goal line from the right side circle. Shot here from Lawrence Rowe to the front of the net and covered up, as falling on top of that one is Caleb Rudnicki. A little bit extra going on here as now a couple players get thrown down onto the ice, and we saw some of that in yesterday's game against George Mason.
A good shot from the point from Jacob Lansuki. Low shot, looks like he whiffs a little bit, but enough traffic in front. That's been the key for Central Michigan. I think going to the box is a Georgia Tech yellow jacket for a hit to the head. James Gleason was over here on the near boards to our position. He got hit right in the head on a physical play, and he's not pleased. And I think he's actually going to go to the box too for some extracurricular activities at the end of that whistle, and it looks like he is. So the Chippewas give away a power play opportunity, it seems, at this point, and we're going to skate 4-on-4. And you know, I was just talking at the intermission with the ACHA D3 Commissioner Dave Kurtz, and he said, you know, these teams, if you can there's going to be a lot of teams that give away chances in terms of shorthandedness and power play and special teams. The teams that capitalize are the teams that are going to move on. Georgia Tech needs to capitalize on these opportunities. Central Michigan has had 4 penalties here today so far, and they've had 1 offsetting minor. That's not tremendous. If I'm Central Michigan, you got to stay out of the box. And Georgia Tech, you got to capitalize on these opportunities that CMU is handing you. They could be short-handed here, but instead we're going to play some 4-on-4 hockey.
Absolutely.
The teams that will move on will succeed on special teams.
Assistant captains talking to the officials, right as you can see on our screens.
And it actually looks like CMU is going to get a power play as they're going to put 2 yellow jackets in the box.
So we'll see if the penalties that went up initially, as the captain for CMU was put in the box after that initial power play, if that'll stick, and then it'll be offsetting minors to the captain and his counterpart.
I'm guessing it will be, I would assume they're going to be offsetting minors. Anything in front of the net normally is, and then wondering if that'll make it a 4-on-5 or a 4-on-3. And it looks like right now it's going to be
5-on-4 from what we can see. We got just the 1 penalty on the board right now, and 4 skaters coming out.
It is going to be a 5-on-4 for Central Michigan, as their power play 1 is gonna head out there.
So 3rd power play chance for the Chippewas, and they've already scored 3 goals in a minute 10 on even strength. This one squeaks its way out of the zone, and watch out, Georgia Tech off to the races. 2-on-1 developing your left side circle, and they missed the net on that one. Waiting to come up with that one was Brandon Holt, but didn't get an opportunity. Left back here now, once again, Ben Lublin, and taken back by the Chippewas. Lublin and Holt, they've been on those odd man rushes all day. Ryan Tyre working with this one. Left side blue line, moves it up to Justice Bigelow. A lot of slot, and he scores!
Oh my gosh!
Bar down beauty from Justice Bigelow, and a power play goal for the Chippewas. 6-1 with 11:44 to go in the second period.
Well, Ryan Tyre is going to get the assist on that one. He just leaves it for Justice Bigelow, and the high slot parted like the Red Sea, and all he had to do was walk right up and snipe it right over the blocker of Caleb Rudnicki. What a rocket from the defenseman. His 2nd goal of the weekend, his 1st of the day. Wow, that was, I mean, he held onto the puck for 2 seconds and then fired it. That was a no-doubter. What a shot there from Justice Bigelow.
And Tyler, how about this? That's 4 goals in a minute, or 2 minutes and 8 seconds.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
This Central Michigan offense is clicking as they have now scored 15 goals in 4 periods.
Yeah. Unbelievable numbers for the Chippewas right now. And Georgia Tech desperately waiting for that media timeout to try and get themselves together. They went from a 1-goal hole coming in, and we're not even halfway through this period, and they find themselves in a 5-goal hole.
They've only got 2 shots in this period as well, and they've had a power play.
Played back behind the net. You talked about it. The 15 goals for Central Michigan, their goals against is 2.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Brought back in now by Dalton Stullen. He gets thrown into the boards, and he gets upended down there. Nice check as Matthew Jones will take this one now. Played back. Chippewas have it. Up and out of play as Nathan Allgaier sends that one to high heavens.
6-1 lead for Central Michigan. 2 power play goals here today. 2 for 3 on the power. Their power play numbers are absolutely fantastic. What were they yesterday? 5 for 6?
3 for 5.
3 for 5? Unbelievable.
6 for 8 today.
That's incredible.
Yeah. This one played back right side corner. Going after this one behind the net is Ben Rychuk. Played by the Chippewas, having this one on the goal line and taken right back away by Kevin Pollock. Now played back, working into their defensive end as it's taken by Brennan Martin. Martin moving this one up to Dylan Billings. Billings, the backhand up the ice. It goes off of the skate of Philip Fazio for the Chippewas. Working its way back into the neutral zone as Dylan Billings will dump that one in. Alex Osborne goes back behind this one after the net, but it'll be played forward by Matt Jones. Comes out, and Pollock goes off to the races for this one against Gabe Smith, but a slow roller just finds its way easily into the paw.
That's the first shot on goal for the Yellow Jackets in roughly 7 minutes, as they have just been dominated by the Chippewas smothering offense.
Chippewas have how many shots in this period?
They have 9.
5 goals.
9.
5 goals off 9 shots.
Very nice.
Played back right side circle in the Chippewas defensive end. Getting some back check pressure here from Joey Schutz, but Nick Wink gets past him. Wink from the right side circle, a tip forward. Oh, Shane Agnello was a little crossed up down there as he looked to play it. Now this one coming out of the zone, Justice Bigelow from the blue line.
Another penalty for CMU.
Yep, that's right.
It's going to be for Neen on Justice Bigelow. He stuck it out.
4th power play of the day coming up here for Georgia Tech.
And just to give you an idea of this Central Michigan offense, again, their goals per game, 7.32. But here's a fun stat for you. 16 times this season, the Chippewas have eclipsed the 8-goal mark.
Wow.
16 times. Unbelievable.
That's more than some teams have played.
Their highest in one game, 19. A 19-0 win over Miami.
Wow.
A dominating Chippewa offense.
This one played out of the zone, a block there, so we'll get to see what Georgia Tech can do on their 4th power play opportunity. They're at 33% right now, 1 for 3. Brennan Martin, right side circle, played as this one finds a way right back behind the net. And that was their first power play that they had that on. They tied it up immediately. Since then, no response. 5 unanswered goals for Central Michigan. Played back, Trevor Whitehead scoops this one up and throws it down the ice. Recovered here from Carl Risley. Brought back down now. Central Michigan almost comes up with that one, but brought back in from Kevin Pollock. Pollock from the left side circle. Working it back as Brennan Martin throws him off the puck. Played back against the boards. Working its way to the blue line now. Shot towards the net. That one finds its way right back behind. Back to the near side boards now. And this one will be taken by Nick Wink. He's off to the races. He's already got one shorty this weekend. Wink in front. Fires a shot right in front once again, trying to jam it through. And Rudnicki followed him the whole way and came up with a save.
Nick Wink shot out of a cannon. It seemed like he was going to not have the speed to get to the goal first, but amazingly, he turns on the afterburners and just blows by the Georgia Tech defenseman. The wheels on him, man, they miss him so much. Coach James Cadzo has to be happy that he is back on that second line.
No rust.
He looks
whatsoever.
amazing.
2 goals.
He looks incredible. Well, I talked to him after during watching the Oakland Farmingdale State game, and I said, "How are you feeling?" He goes, "This is the best I've felt in weeks." He's feeling himself here on this second line, and he's back on the penalty kill, playing some of his best hockey right now.
1 minute left in the Georgia Tech power play. They move this one up the ice to Michael Leon. Leon brings this one in right side circle. Played back down the ice as it goes inside of the corner, finding its way up to the left side circle. Oh, a shot from the circle. That one went off of the side of the net. Played back down here. Zach Galvin's got it. Galvin looking to move it to the blue line, decides to backhand it through the circle. Now shot forward towards the net, and Trevor Whitehead covers that one up for Central Michigan. 8:40 to go here, second period, 31 seconds left.
And that's the only shot so far they've had on this power play are the Yellow Jackets. It's just a weak little dribbler into the lap of Trevor Whitehead. Like to see them get back to what they did in the first power play, moving the puck around the point, circling it, trying to open up those shooting lanes, and then crashing the net, trying to find a loose way to get that puck in the back of the net. Was it not the cleanest goal we've ever seen in this national tournament, or especially in this game, but you got to find ways to bang them in the back of the net, especially with a team that's playing as well as CMU is right now.
Nate Allgaier backhands this one down the ice, and Rudnicki will come out of the net to play it. And then he'll just decide to hold up on that one with 8:27 to go here in the second period, and Chippewa's surrounding.
And a good forecheck from Philip Fazio to cause that face-off in Georgia Tech's defensive zone on the power play. This penalty kill for CMU, I think, for me, has been the most impressive thing I've seen from them, because I think we knew they were going to score a lot of goals coming into this tournament, but they've scored 3 shorthanded goals and only allowed 1 power play goal all week. That's fantastic.
Strong 2 games for the Chippewas so far.
They were 6 for 6 on the penalty kill yesterday. Right now, they're about to be 3 for 4.
10 seconds left here. Oh, and a huge hit down there from Nick Wing.
And he's going to get a penalty.
A little bit of too much head contact made right there from Nick Wing.
Also might have been a little bit behind. Possibly interference could be the call, but just as the Chippewas are, fortunately it's at the tail end of a penalty to Justice Bigelow, but CMU, another opportunity. In Georgia Tech, what did we talk about no less than 4 minutes ago? If a team's going to give you these opportunities, you have to take advantage. This is the time for CMU. You've got one of CMU's best penalty killers in the box right now. Now is the time to take advantage of a big mistake. It's time for them to make CMU pay for all of these penalties. That is their 5th special teams opportunity Georgia Tech has had today. They've got it. They have to capitalize here. Have to.
5-on-3 for 6 seconds, and then another minute 54 of 5-on-4 action. Just 1 for 5, and that includes 3 straight right now. Incomplete power plays, if you will.
And only 2 shots on this power play that's about to expire.
That's the 3rd one right there. As that one went off of the side of the foot. 1 for 4 now, as we have the 5th power play opportunity coming up here for Georgia Tech. They have it at the blue line. A lot of real estate, and out of nowhere, Shane Agnello comes from behind and takes that puck away.
He's also been fantastic. He's the Robin to Nick Wink's Batman this weekend. He's been amazing on the penalty kill.
Yeah, he's absolutely been the ingredients to the Nick Wink scoring recipe so far, if you will. This one played back inside of the corner. Georgia Tech looking to move it up to Pollock. Pollock receives it, top of the right side circle, tries to move it through traffic, but those Chippewas are like foosball players out there. They just move on a beeline. Right in front of the net, Trevor Whitehead calms that one down and collects it.
Already a good power play for Georgia Tech. 2 shots back-to-back and pressure in front. And Georgia Tech, you got to think at least 1 goal to go on this power play. You need that goal, but you need to get at least 2 on the board heading into that intermission to go into the 3rd with some momentum, because right now it's all CMU as they open the penalty box for the Chippewas, but nobody goes in.
A little trigger happy right there, I think, from the penalty box man.
Well, after 5 penalties, 6 penalties today for CMU, I think that's a little reasonable to expect that there is a penalty against the Chippewas.
Benefit of the doubt for him down there. Played back inside of the corner now. Minute 10 left to go here on the Georgia Tech power play. They move this one along the near side boards. Moved up the ice to the center ice slot as Ryan Tyre back checks and gets this one right back inside of the corner. 7:12 left to go here. Period number 2. 6-1 lead for Central Michigan. Played back, left side circle inside of their own defensive end. Georgia Tech running around with their heads cut off right now as they look for something to go with. They move this one now back. A little bit of a check thrown down there. Ryan Tyre takes the blunt to the force, keeps it going forward and gets some help down here. Brought in now, Philip Fazio. Drop pass back, but he leaves it for Georgia Tech. Now right in front of the Chippewa bench, it's moved up by Tom Petrick along the near side boards and dumped back down the ice by Dylan Billins. Now back behind the net. 20 seconds left to go here on the power play for Georgia Tech. They've had some trouble getting it into their offensive zone. The entrance has been, well, non-existent on this power play, to say the least. They had the face-off in their offensive end. Nothing since then, as this one's collected by Nate Allgaier. Alone in front, fires a shot, and he scores! 4th shorthanded goal of the weekend for Central Michigan. A 7-1 lead with 6:21 to go in the second period. Nate Allgaier's 2nd of the day.
I mean, that was just ridiculous. A clear from Dylan Billins goes all the way down the ice. Nathan Allgaier picks it out of midair, goes forehand, backhand, forehand, and slips it right past of Caleb Rudnicki, a shorthanded goal, their 4th shorthanded goal of the tournament. My goodness, Caleb Rudnicki's jockstrap was up in the crowd. A beautiful move there by number 23 for his 6th goal of the tournament. He is putting on a show.
2 games.
5 periods.
Unreal. Did he have the power play goal earlier in this period as well?
Not a power play goal, or even strength goal, but still unbelievable.
He had the every style hat trick here. Now this one's to the front of the net, firing a shot. Oh, and St. Andre nearly got his right there as a Chippewa is thrown down onto the ice from a Yellow Jacket. That ends the power play. That's not taking advantage of your power play.
No, that is not. That is the opposite of what this Yellow Jacket team needed. Not only did they not capitalize, which is something they desperately needed to do, but they relinquished a goal, which is not good. And if I'm head coach Robert Cernish of the Yellow Jackets, I have to be frustrated and scratching my head as they're going to go now on the penalty kill as we go to the media timeout.
A long time waiting for that 5-on-5 action to finally return. Chippewa's almost breed off of that undermanned action.
And I think Georgia Tech is very thankful that they're going to get this opportunity to rally the troops and reload as they're going to get ready for a penalty kill. A Chippewa team that's 2 for 3 so far on the power play today, but I mean, that was just a beautiful goal. Dylan Billings, a great clear, great awareness to see Nathan Allgaier.
He called it, hand up and everything.
Caught the pass, put it down, the triple deke, and then right under the leg of Caleb Rudnicki. I mean, there's nothing you can do. You're on an island with the tournament's leading goal scorer. What are you going to do?
Well, I think Nathan Allgaier had heard that Zach Massa had 4 goals and said,
he's trying to one-up him,
can't allow that.
I'm the captain here.
The MCHC rivalry is always so real.
Yeah, Nathan Allgaier, 2nd team all-conference, along with Ryan Tyler and Brennan Martin. And during the regular season, during the MCHC playoffs, we talked to Ryan Tyler about, hey, congratulations, 2nd team all-conference, that's awesome. And he said, well, yeah, I think all of us could be on 1st team, and I think we're seeing why right now that I don't disagree with that.
These are statement wins.
These are unbelievable.
And there's a whole period of hockey left to say. But right now, if CMU keeps operating even half of what they've been doing in this game, I mean, this is going to be another huge win for CMU.
They're putting on a clinic. And I think yesterday what we were talking about at the end of that game against George Mason was what a statement this sends to the rest of the tournament. Yeah. Another one here against Georgia Tech, a team that is offensively stout and defensively strong. Yeah. Very nice as Caleb Rudnicki back in goal, and Georgia Tech's going to go on the penalty kill.
So Central Michigan's power play, 2 for 3 in today's game. A power play goal in this period from Justice Bigelow. This one moved to the blue line, kept into the zone. Right side circle, moved over. Played here by Bigelow. Tyre in front, trying another shot down there from Dalton Sullivan. He's only leading the goal column by 1 against Nathan Allgaier now. Played back, Dalton Sullivan's got this one. Played back to the goal line. Sullivan with it once again, looking to hit Gleason. Instead he goes to Nathan Allgaier. Right side circle, right back to Sullivan now. James Gleason from the blue line. Move back to Gleason once again, and these passes are confusing these Georgia Tech players. They're having to have their head on a swivel. Played back to the goal line on the right side. Down to Ryan Tyre once again. Allgaier getting this one as he's waiting in the low slot. Move back over to Bigelow, kicking this one forward. Nathan Allgaier fires the shot and he scores! Hat trick for Nathan Allgaier, 2nd straight game with 1, and a power play goal for the Chippewas with 5:20 to go here in the 2nd period. 8-1 lead.
And that's that tic-tac-toe passing. Dalton Sullivan managing the troops from below the goal line. He's playing catch the puck with Ryan Tyre back to back to back. Then he circles it around the net, puts it up for Justice Bigelow. A touch pass right back for Sutherland. He goes to the high slot, and Nathan Allgaier with his 7th goal. And we are going to get a goalie change for the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, as heading in net is Zach Cernish, who played yesterday's game, had 54 saves on 58 shots. And he'll have to face this CMU offense that has scored
6 goals in 8 minutes and 32 seconds.
Absolutely absurd.
That's what the old-timey folks would call a smooth operator out there.
That is ridiculous.
Tyler, I don't know if they have a term for this. Is there some kind of other term for when you score a power play goal, a shorthanded goal, and a 5-on-5 goal in a game?
You're just a beast.
Yeah. He's an alligator.
He's
a
amazing.
gator.
He's absolutely amazing.
Played right side circle. We'll see if this goalie change will be able to spark any life back inside of the lungs of this team as Nathan Allgaier nearly gets hit right on the pass right down there from Dalton Sutherland. He now has as many goals on the season as Dalton Sutherland.
Absolutely. Absolutely amazing.
This one played out of the zone. Moved back up now as Kevin Pollock had that one. 8 goals in back-to-back games, and the Chippewas looking to eclipse what they did yesterday against George Mason. Played up the ice, Nathan Allgaier just kind of plays that one at the one-hander. Now up to Dalton Sutherland. He's trying to take it back. Left side circle to the front of the net. Oh, and this one still loses the doorstep as starting off his day is 1-for-1 for Zach Cernich. Now played back, 2-on-1 developing here slowly for Georgia Tech. They get around the man to the front of the net. Oh, and a great save down there with the shoulder from Trevor Whitehead.
What a beautiful move there by number 12, Carl Reisley.
Played back, left side circle now, faking the shot, moving back around, getting this one to the front of the net, and that one just missed on the right side. Now played back down, Patrick Muller's got it. Muller, Bresser sends him back into the boards, trying to squeak this puck back down. It's taken by Sean Carney. Carney fires a shot now, that one loose on a rebound, taken back away. 3:40 to go here in this second period, 8-1 lead for Central Michigan. This one's sent right back down the ice, and going after it is Patrick Bresser. Bresser takes a hit back down there. Wink trying to feed that one up the ice to Agnello. Agnello gets this one right back over, firing a shot. Now that one gets blocked away for Pischke, looking to try and get his second of the night. Played down, and Jesko might have punched that one out of play.
And this Chippewa team, even up 7 goals, is still bringing it aggressively, checking, forechecking, forcing turnovers in the neutral zone. Playing very well. This team is at the top of their game at the right time.
By the way, 3 for 4 on the power play today. Make that 6 for 9.
Wow. Those are nice numbers.
Very nice
numbers. Nice numbers.
Right side circle face-off here. I think Air Force's strategy for tomorrow's game is they have to get up 7 goals in the first period because CMU has gone 1-goal games heading into the second period in both games so far. 1-0 yesterday's game, 2-1 in today's game, and then they just dominate in that second period.
18th time this season this Chippewa team has eclipsed the 8-goal mark.
Crazy. Played back behind the net now. This is just a team that is on a tear. Moved out into the neutral zone now, taken back by Central Michigan. Moved back down the ice. This one brought back in the slow slot area and moved around as Trevor Whitehead calmly collects that one with under 3 to go here, second period.
I think they're motivated also by their Michigan counterparts, as Hope College just decimated Fairfield yesterday in the 2-3 matchup in their pool, and then Oakland University manhandling Georgia, a team that you and I were very impressed with yesterday. And I think they're also trying to say, hey, let's not be Michigan State and fall flat on the biggest stage.
I still can't believe that, man. I tried to sleep on it, but I woke up this morning and I thought, could it beat Michigan State?
Yeah, and anyone who says that they don't pay attention to what the other teams are doing are lying to you. They absolutely
it's coach
do.
Speak.
They're all here watching these other teams play. They're very interested to see how they stack up with the nation's best.
Anyone can win on this stage. That's why Oakland starting this tournament 2-0 as a 4 seed that a lot of us had written off because it wasn't the Oakland team of old, but Zach Mass is the Oakland team of old in himself.
And he's got 4 goals here today. Last time we checked, that Oakland team is dominating.
Played back behind the net now. Dylan Billings will take this one. 2:12 left to go here, second period. Longest stretch of this period without a Chippewa goal since they started scoring.
It's ridiculous.
Played back right side of the neutral zone now as Dylan Billings has it. Tries to feed that one up the ice to Gabe Smith, couldn't get it done. Gabe Smith will go in after this one now from the right side boards. Smith moves this one back behind, takes this one now as it's outside of the goal, and taken right back here from the right side circle as Jacob St. Andre can't get that one. Up the ice it goes to Sean Carney. Moving it right back down now, Kevin Pollock tries to get around a man, but Dylan Billings is too stingy down there. Up the ice now, not able to hit either Jeanette or Fazio. Played back down by Matthew Jones by Fazio now.
Yep. And I think there was Jake St. Andre got hit right on the blue line. I think that barely pushed him over. He can't really fulfill Fazio or Jackson Jeanette, and the play is offsides.
Have the face-off bottom left of the neutral zone facing the Chippewas offensive end. Fazio can win that one back as Georgia Tech controls it now. They have this one on the stick of Matt Jones. Jones tries to play this one up ice, and that one's sent up and out of play. 1:25 to go here, second period. And a face-off coming up in the offensive end for the Chippewas.
And I think Georgia Tech is going to be happy that this period is coming to a close, as they've given up 7 goals in a very short span.
James Gleason with it, left side blue line, walks up, try the tip, and that one just gets sent away from the net as Ben Rydchuk goes after it. Rydchuk going inside of the corner, moving this one to the blue line. Back checking here now as it's moved up the ice by Sean Carney. Taken back by the Chippewas. Gleason had it, lost it. Blue Jackets have it, and now a rush the other way as Philip Fazio feeds Alex Osborne. He's got one in the tournament, fires one, and that's an easy save made down there for Cernich. Played back down behind the net now. Inside of the corner goes for the Chippewas. Final minute of play here in the second period. This one goes back inside of the circles. Moved up the ice, Gleason keeps that one at the blue line. And this one's brought back down the other way as Carl Risley moves it into the zone of his offense. Back behind the net now. Central Michigan's having it. Moving it up to the center ice logo. And a good move made down there as they bring in offsides. 30 seconds to go here, second period. 8-1 lead for the Chippewas.
Maybe a quick goal for Georgia Tech at the end of this period to bring this game closer in a 6-goal deficit, but I think they're trying to find momentum wherever they can to soften the blow of this second period, as they have been severely outplayed, and after what was a very impressive first period from them, they have come out flat here in the second.
Down the ice this one goes, and an icing call there with 20 seconds to go in the period. So this will give that chance for Georgia Tech inside of their offensive end. Face off with 20 to go.
But again, that first line, that first forward line for the Chippewas of Nathan Allgaier, Ryan Tyre, and Dalton Sutherland, they have been all around the score sheet today and even yesterday still.
Played back inside of the corner. This one finds its way to the goal line. Moving through the circles, up the ice. That one finding its way through the legs. 10 seconds to go here, second period. Nathan Allgaier goes in after this one. Brennan Martin takes it, had it, lost it, got it right back, and then lost it again. Georgia Tech moves it up ice. Time for one last rush. They got to take a shot, and just sent away there from Trevor Whitehead. 40 minutes of play in the books, much different than after the first 20. 8-1 Central Michigan leads this one. A dominant 6-goal second period with 6 goals in 8 minutes and 32 seconds.
Yeah, shots that period favoring the Chippewas 18-11.
Wow.
Which brings the game total to 32-21.
Feels like at least double that for Central Michigan.
And the Chippewas doing it again, as there is no surprise to anyone on special teams. 1 for 5, 4 for 5, on the penalty kill, and then 3 for 4 on the power play, getting it done here in day 2 of the national tournament.
Well, we will step aside and rejoin you for the start of period number 3 action here from Chiller North. Central Michigan, the 2 seed, leads the 4 seed Georgia Tech 8-1 after 40.
Championship rings. The official ring number for all ACHA national champions and ACHA Hall of Fame. Every championship ring has a great story. Aaron, share yours. And along with Blue Jackets, if you're not watching exciting ACHA action here at Nationals, consider taking in an upcoming Blue Jackets series. The next Jackets game is March 17th versus the Senators. The Greater Columbus Sports Commission is proud sponsor of the 2018 National Championships. Howie's Hockey Tape, the official hockey taper of the ACHA. Stick with the best. Marathon, fueling the American spirit. Behind the year's Marathon Station, visit MyMarathonStation.com. Argyle, the official ACHA 2018 National Post-Game Hangout. Open right on Front Street in downtown Columbus. Argyle, the best hockey bar in Columbus. The Three-Legged Man, right in the heart of the Columbus Olympic District on Front Street. Open for lunch and dinner. Open one style for modern day life.
Ready for the final 20 minutes of action here from Chiller North Rink B. Central Michigan, a 6-goal second period gives them an 8-1 lead. Georgia Tech will have to fight to get their way back into this game.
Yeah. 6 goals and then all of that in the span of 8 minutes, so they are playing fantastically. And even when these two teams coming on the ice, Central Michigan, the whole team coming out, a lot of speed, a lot of energy, heading to the bench, they're all fired up, and Georgia Tech is seemingly exhausted as this team has been all over them. Shots after 2 periods for the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. They have 21. Central Michigan University has 32. So they are dominating on all fronts, having a great second period, and as they look to extend here their lead in the third period.
Face off back at center ice, and we are ready to get things underway. This one played back down now as Central Michigan works with this one. Back inside of their offensive end. Finding its way back in the right side circle. Behind the net now, in the circle it goes as this one's played by Georgia Tech. Very soft tap up the ice as this one works its way back inside of the defensive end of Central Michigan. Justice Bigelow with this one. Playing its way to the right side circle. Moving through the corner as this one finds its way to Ryan Tyre. Moving across the blue line. Dalton Sullivan takes this one. James Gleason as that one is sent right back down the ice. Back behind the net. Zach Cernich works with this one. Loses that one as he falls down onto the ice, and Georgia Tech's defense is able to make up for that mistake.
Great defensive presence.
Ryan Tyre with this one. Lose that one back as it's put forward onto the ice by Alex Moon. Now played back in the defensive end. Ryan Tyre with this one. Moon takes it once again against Nate Allgaier. Moved up right side circle. Taken here now. Brendan Martin enters into the zone. Offsides. 19:01 to go here, third period, 8-1 lead for Central.
And that could have been a disaster down low as Cernich fell below his goal line and the defense was able to make up for it. Wide open, gaping mouth as Ryan Tyre trying to get over to Dalton Sullivan, but the defense for the Yellow Jackets swarming to keep that puck out of the net.
Played back face-off win here for Central Michigan. Across the red line, they send it, and it finds its way down the ice behind the net of Cernich. Jason Pischke intercepts this one against Georgia Tech, finding its way back to the blue line. Cal Jesko over to Brendan Martin. Martin finding this one low slot area, taken back by the Chippewas. That one had been taken away by Georgia Tech, and they move up the ice with it now. Coming down is Brandon Holt. Holt with this one, finding its way up the ice. Jason Pischke now. Pischke, right side circle, finding his way back in. Down to the low slot area. Nick Wing's got it left wing side and taken right back now by Georgia Tech. Tech with a man coming up the other way. Going now inside of the corners. Brendan Martin covers that catch man, finding its way back to the goal line, trying the one-timer, and that won't work. Played back now across the blue line. Back up ice now. Shane Agnello's got it. Right side circle, trying to come on through. Can't do it, and he goes down onto the ice. Taken out by Brandon Holt as he rings it around the boards. Taken back by Lublin. Simon Selly with it, sends it back inside of the corner. Takes this one inside of the corner, finding its way right back up to the blue line, and out of the zone it comes as Dylan Billins will take it now. 17:50 to go here in this period. Dylan Billins, right side circle. Inside of the corner, he's got this one. Now finding its way down to Jake St. Andre. St. Andre takes a hit down there. Billins with this one. Back on the goal line behind the net, trying to wrap this one around. Cernich on top of that one. It finds its way back inside of the corner. Billins takes a little bit of a hit to the head down there. St. Andre's got it. Inside the left side circle, taken right back now as Gabe Smith has it. Gabe Smith, blue line shot on net. Cernich with the save, and they score! Jacob St. Andre, a wicked backhander, and Central Michigan, 8 straight goals. A 9-1 lead, 17:26 to go here in the final period of play.
And what a great play by Jacob St. Andre. The shot from the point coming from Gabe Smith. Nice juicy rebound from Cernich, and right on the doorstep is St. Andre to bury that goal. For Jacob St. Andre, that is his 6th goal of the season.
St. Andre, a transfer from Schoolcraft, very late addition to this Chippewa team, and immediately meld. Worked first line, second line when Nick Wink was down with injury, and a solid third liner for them now. He has been a role player that they have needed. Justice Bigelow with it now, finding this way right back down. The Chippewas looking to eclipse double digits, and they nearly do it right there with Philip Fazio. Back behind the net, Alex Osborne has this one now. Fazio taken back away as moving this one up the ice is Carl Risley. Risley gets this one left back for him by Brozowski. 17 minutes to go here, and that's a no-no here in the ACHA. You cannot shoot one on net after the save is made and the whistle is blown.
Yeah. One too many stick handles there, and he's going to actually go to the penalty box.
Wow.
A shot on net. That was well after the whistle. And
got to be unsportsmanlike down there.
Good job by the officials to protect him going to the box as Carl Risley's going to the penalty box. But Central Michigan, I mean, that could have been
bad.
And this is a team that we've seen that a lot this season from this team. And we've seen a lot of after the whistle play from them, especially here in today's game, even yesterday. So that was a great job by the officials to guide Risley to the penalty box. And
well, it's smart because it prevents that from happening again.
Yeah.
Because that's when you get the bad blood. That's when you get the ill intent, and that's when these games get chippy and gong showy.
Yeah.
You set the trend right there, like, hey, we're not going to take that kind of stuff, and you set the trend of nobody else is going to do it from either team.
Yeah, and it wasn't a very hard shot, but a shot on net late after the whistle.
At all.
Both teams are very passionate about their goaltender.
This one played back over St. Andre, and he scores! Power play goal and a ring around the rosy right there for St. Andre. 2 straight from number 21, and the Chippewas have a 10-1 lead. 16:47 to go here, third period.
13 seconds into that power play, they get their fourth of the day.
Oh, man.
And they are in double digits.
4 for 5 on the power play.
What a great cross-ice pass from Jason Pischke over to Jake St. Andre for the goal.
1 minute, 5 seconds between his goals. 10-1, Central Michigan leads it. So far, the biggest blowout of the tournament. This one played back. Chippewas have it inside of their defensive end. James Gleason with it on his stick now. Gleason moves this one up the ice to Dalton Sullivan. Can't grab that one. Played right back down the ice as Patrick Muller just dumps that one right back in. This is the first time, I think, in this tournament that the scoreboard for any of the live streams has showed 10 goals on the board.
Yes.
That's incredible. Central Michigan, another statement being made back here. And this is, if Air Force can come up with a win today against George Mason, our next broadcast.
That Thursday game is going to be massive.
That is going to be
take
fun.
all.
That's a marquee matchup, too. It's a 5:30 game. This one being played back the other way now as Dalton Sullivan moves it into the zone. Left side circle, right back behind the net. Setting this one up, Lanssuki with the shot, and he scores! 10-goal lead for the Chippewas. Lanssuki's first goal of the national tournament. 11-1 Central Michigan, 15:55 to go here, third period.
And they are just laying it on, this team. Goal differential certainly is not going to be a problem for CMU. Jacob Lanssuki, a late addition to this team. Great pass from Nathan Allegayer. And Lanssuki's fired up as he gets on the scoreboard. This CMU team is playing fantastic hockey here in the national tournament. 11-1.
3 goals in a minute 57.
And I think the officials are telling James Gleason, hey, you guys are up 10 goals. It's time to show a little bit of class as everyone gets excited by celebrating and scoring goals, but it's time for you to show a little bit of maturity as you don't want to embarrass yourself and you don't want to showboat in a game where you are clearly dominating, but it's time for CMU to show some humility in this big win.
Here's the only thing, though. In a tournament that's decided by goals against and goal differential, if you need to lay down a lot of goals to prevent anything, you got to put goals on the board.
I get that, but currently their goal differential is 18. I don't think goal differential is going to be a problem.
Leave
for
no
CMU.
room. No tiebreakers. Looks like the Chippewas are going to be heading to the power play once again, so this will certainly help out their chances here as they are now on their sixth power play, 4 for 5 on their chances here today. Left side circle, face off, a goal differential of 18. You never know. Air Force could lay up a 19-0 win against George Mason. And that one escapes out of the zone. A little bit of extra foot traffic going on over here the other way as going after that one was Kevin Pollock, but taken by the Chippewas. Played back as now Central Michigan moves out of the zone with Ryan Tyre having it. Check thrown down there, nothing doing. Now played Nathan Allgaier. He's got 3 today. Played back inside of the corner, and now a little bit of extracurricular inside of that right side circle as Allgaier was getting a little bit. James Gleason firing one right back down. It dies on the goal line and is sent around the boards by Jones. Gleason with this one for the Chippewas. Back down to Ryan Tyre. Tyre, top of the right side circle, played to the blue line now. Oh, nearly kicked out of the zone right there, and it will be moved up. 2-on-3 developing here, and one man will stay behind as they'll jump and change. 1 minute left to go on the Chippewa power play.
Great defense at the point there from Zach Govan to force a turnover from James Gleason. 2 block shots, and then it was able to get out of the zone.
Gleason with a shot on net. This one loose in front, and they score! Power play goal for Ben Rychuk. His first of the national tournament, and the 5th power play goal of the day for Central Michigan. 12-1 lead for them.
That play was made by the captain, James Gleason. A shot on net. And Central Michigan is going to take a timeout after their 12th goal of the game. Ben Rychuk burying it for his 5th goal of the season. And yet another power play goal for CMU.
That is 4 goals in 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
They're playing very, very well. This Chippewa team, this is some of the best hockey we've seen yet at this national tournament. They are flying.
It's a very odd thing to see a game like this at the national tournament.
Yes.
This is a Georgia team that took Air Force to overtime yesterday. And Air Force, I mean, Georgia Tech was a team that we had a lot of respect for coming into this tournament. An 8 seed that fought and clawed their way into this game, into this national tournament. A very tough regionals and a very tough matchup that they played up against. I mean, they ended their season 8-2, went into regionals, came up with 2 more wins, competed all season long, and went to overtime with Air Force in a game they should have won.
Yeah, and against a very good Air Force team.
Very good.
Yeah.
Number 1 in the country for so long.
And we'll be very excited to be on the call for that Air Force George Mason game, as that game has huge implications for Air Force.
Massive.
They need that win to set up a 1 versus 2, 2-0 game on Thursday.
And you'd have to imagine a loss for Air Force there, and mathematically that should put CMU in the semifinal game. An 18 goal differential, head-to-heads against the other 2 teams that Air Force would have played. That's all speculation until we get that great game between the Patriots and the Falcons. It's kind of weird that the American Academy, the Air Force, is not the Patriots, much like George Mason is. It's a battle of 2 very American schools.
Battle of the troops.
There you go. That's as patriotic as it gets. There are no losers in that game.
No.
America wins. There will be a loser, though. 14-12 to go here, 3rd period.
Thank you for that.
Absolutely. I didn't wear my American flag socks today. I should have. This one played left side circle now. 14 minutes to go in the 3rd period. 12-1 lead for Central Michigan. Working with this one. Plays its way right back behind the net. Now move forward as Alex Osborne had that one for a moment, working off the body of Patrick Muller. Working is bringing this one back in the other way is Michael Brzezowski. Behind the net it goes Philip Fazio with it. Brennan Martin moves this one up the other way. Now taken by Alex Osborne. Osborne just chips that one up the ice. Down the ice, this one will go. No icing call back there. Central Michigan will take this one behind the net. Move back in front of the Chippewa bench. Philip Fazio's got it. Fazio moves this one up the ice. Gabe Smith has that one. St. Andre brings it into the zone. Right side circle from the high slot area. Kick down to Joey Simon-Sally. Left side circle. Fires a shot. And right to the bread basket down there of Cernich.
Shots in this period favoring Central Michigan 7-1. Trevor Whitehead in his national tournament debut has made 21 of 22 saves.
Wow.
Very nice. He's only 1 save behind his counterpart, Riley Morgan, who made 22 on 23 shots yesterday.
And like we've said all season long when we've looked at these 2 teams, and we talked about it in the national tournament preview show, it's not a backup and a starter thing. It's a 1 and a 2, and they're a great 1-2 punch. You can see that as James Cadzo had the confidence and had the knowingness that he could trust his number 2 goalie, Trevor Whitehead, to perform a great game here today. Played back over now Gabe Smith finding this one. Back inside of the corner. Moving its way up through the circle. And taking this one is Jackson Jeanette. Knocked back down to the blue line. Jeanette's got this one. Has to be careful to toe the line right there. Fires it. Oh, that one got redirected. Lucky there for Cernich as Matthew Jones at that one kicking around on his skates. Now play to the front of net. St. Andre having it, losing it. Taken right back now as Georgia Tech takes it back the other way. Ooh, a nice check thrown down there from St. Andre. He's having a phenomenal third period out there for Central Michigan.
Playing very well on this line with Jackson Jeanette and Joey Simon-Selly.
Played back up now as this one goes up and out of play. 12-13 to go here. Third period, 12-1 lead for Central Michigan. Face off right side circle. Jason Pischke will take this one. I'll be surprised if we see Dalton Sutherland, Nate Allgaier, or Ryan Tyre out there the rest of the game.
Yes, as will I.
These ones played back down now. Jason Pischke holds it into the zone. Honestly, I'm surprised even to see the second line back out there. This one played back inside of the corner.
You can't really run two lines. If you're going to bring out one line, I'd rather, if you're Coach James Canzo, you'd rather have it be your second line than your star first line. Running two lines is a dangerous game that you can't exhaust your depth players.
This one played back down now. Nick Wink's got it. Wink. Agnello going after this one, but it's played by Zach Masuski. Down the ice, Bigelow goes in after this one. 11.5 to go here in this third period. Play to the front of the net. Now a chance opportunity down here. Trevor Whitehead down on the ice now looking for that puck. He's slow to get up as it looked like Michael Leon unintentionally went towards the head of Trevor Whitehead. He's down to check on him and make sure he's okay.
It was a great turnover by Leon and had an opportunity in front of the net. Thought he'd be able to squeak that one by the left pad of Whitehead. And man, he's been dinged up a couple of times in this game, down over in the early parts of the second period. And now here in the third. And Trevor Whitehead apparently looks okay, as maybe just a little tweak. And he'll stand net. He's a toughie, and he hasn't gotten as many opportunities to play as Riley Morgan has this season. So I don't think he wants to be taken out of net quite just yet. You're going to have to pull him out.
But that record for him now with a win here, as this one finds its way to the front of the net, and it's a goal. As Georgia Tech gets themselves back and they break the 11-goal streak that was seen here from Central Michigan. 12-2 now. 11:25 to go.
What a strange goal for Georgia Tech. A shot from the point deflected off of a Chippewa and then up and over the glove of Trevor Whitehead. I don't think anybody knew how that one found the back of the net, but nonetheless, Georgia Tech gets one on the board.
They'll take it where you can get it.
Absolutely.
10-goal comeback in 10 minutes. Here we go. This one played back as Nathan Allgaier takes in James Canzo, seeing this new rush, sends his top line back out there. Played back as this one finds a way back behind the net, towards the front of the net. It looks like right at the crease line, Cernich was able to come up with a save there.
So the goal for Georgia Tech is given to Patrick Moeller. Moeller, his third of the season. The assists going to number 17, Michael Brozowski, and number 12, Carl Risley.
Played back, Chippewas have this one inside of an offensive zone face-off. Played back, Nathan Allgaier. That one gets moved back down, out of the zone. It'll go now. Lansookie back. And no icing as this one will be played forward by Trevor Whitehead.
Great pass.
Moved up the ice, finds its way through a few Georgia Tech skates.
Ooh, very nice.
Wow, look at these moves down here from Kevin Pollock. He's dipsy-doing around everybody down there, but this one finally finds its way out of the Chippewa defensive end. Move back down the ice. Kevin Pollock might have a chance to do it once again here. Pollock from the back goal line. He takes a check down from Lansookie. Doesn't care as he keeps this one going from the right side circle. Now played in the corner. A little bit too much down there from Lansookie as Kevin Pollock was getting a little bit more business than he was asking for. Played back down now. This one moved back to the center ice logo. Nearly to the halfway mark of this third period. Up the ice, this one will go, just a little bit of a cross. Played back, moved into the zone, and they'll call that one an offsides as trying to reach across as much as he could was Matthew Berg.
And it's good to see a lot of these Georgia Tech guys still playing hard, still digging in the corners for the pucks, still trying to get shots on net. They were able to score as they have the lone goal here for Georgia Tech in the third period. They're still fighting away as they've got another game to play tomorrow against George Mason.
This one played back inside of the neutral zone as Philip Fazio will take it for the Chippewas. Avoids a check down there and comes in way off sides.
Good defense there by the captain, Joey Schutz, at the blue line to hold Fazio outside, and just going over early is Alex Osborne.
This will be, nope, looks like it has to be completely under 10, and we are right at 10 for the media timeout. Officials will take it.
They are going to give it to him, so 10 halfway through this third period. Shots are in favor of Central Michigan, 7-2. 2 for Georgia Tech.
That last goal coming, like you said, from Patrick Muller, his third of the season, 10th point overall.
That was a great play at the point. And again, not really sure how that one found the back of the net. It looked like a dump, but somehow, some way, pinballed into the goal over the glove of Trevor Whitehead. And you take what you can get if you're Georgia Tech right now. And like I said, you got another game to play tomorrow, so you can't do anything that would cause you to not play in that game tomorrow, because you know that should still be a big momentum boost for both of those programs who have struggled so far to open up their national tournaments.
Yeah, Georgia Tech, first time here in 10 years, and a really cool thing that this team had done when they're coming back here. First time in 10 years the national tournament. They went to local area Columbus elementary schools and were reading to the students at these high schools, or excuse me, these elementary schools, making themselves part of the community that they were a part of once again. Their goaltender is the vice president of this team, and he was the man who was really leading the charge of wanting to get it done. I think that's just a really cool thing. They have certainly taken advantage of their time here in Columbus. They took the #1 team in this pool to overtime, and they've played hard for a couple of periods here against this Central Michigan team. Sometimes a buzzsaw just gets in the way, though. But good to see Georgia Tech back in national contention, as we are seeing here in this tournament.
Awesome to see teams give back to the community.
Absolutely.
And spend some time with young hockey players as this ACHA league tries to build the brand and build the sport of hockey across all platforms.
Well, and you and I were enjoying Georgia Tech's social media presence as well during the course of right before regionals. They were having a little fun with their rivals in Georgia, talking about maybe next year we'll play easier teams and find our way to an auto bid to nationals. But it's all in good fun, and you know it's good to see this Georgia Tech team breaking up kind of that monotony of Florida teams from the South making it to the national tournament. Hats off to them for a great season. And you know they've still got a great game tomorrow. George Mason versus Georgia. Now taking, Gabe Smith fires a shot, a glove save made right down there. This one goes back into the neutral zone where Dylan Billings will take it. Moved up the ice, back into the zone. It's pushed by Carl Risley. Delayed off sides right there as Jacob St. Andre has this one flutter puck off his stick, and he takes a big hit down there from Drew Wallace. Now back inside of the offensive end, having it.
And that's a penalty for St. Andre.
Yep, Sean Carney, I believe, was the man who forced that penalty, getting sandwiched down there by St. Andre.
They're going to give him a trip, but it was a little high to be a trip. It should be either an elbowing or, you know, he was loading up for that hit, and it was a big hit. I think that was just some trying to get revenge for getting smoked right in front of us. But Jacob St. Andre is a guy who likes to talk.
Yeah.
And right now he's let his goal scoring do the talking with 2 goals here to kick off the third period. But an ill-timed penalty for Jacob St. Andre, and Georgia Tech is going to go on the power play as they have struggled today, 1 for 5 so far.
This is their 6th opportunity as they have this one inside of the corner. 8:18 to go here in this third period. $1:45 to go on their power play. They move it to the blue line. Played back down, left side circle. They move it circle to circle. Finding its way back behind the net now. Working it as they try and move this one up from away from the goal line. Having this one inside of the corner to the left side circle. Now played back out, outside of the circle. Plays it, works its way to the blue line for a moment. Inside the left circle, right to the front of the net, and a great opportunity down there as Carl Risley was in front looking to jam that one through. Now played mid-slot area, back inside of the right circle. Backhand up the ice, Nick Wings got this one. He gets around a man down there looking to check, but this one will be moved up the ice from Georgia Tech the other way as it's taken by Brozowski. Now move back inside of the right circle towards the corner. Carl Risley's got this one once again. Risley back to the blue line. Shot fired here. That one was up high, right to the front of the net. Trying to backhand her short side, and Trevor Whitehead just got there in the nick of time. Played back left side circle. Now moving inside of the corner. left side circle as this one gets moved back up. Muller fires a shot right here. Loose in front of the net. Puck went one way and the goaltender went the other way, but luckily the defense of the Chippewas was able to get in the way for him down there. Now played with Cal Jesko. 30 seconds left to go on the man advantage. Working alongside the corner. They work in the circle. This one went off of somebody's skate, found its way to the right corner. Back to the blue line, held in right there. Shane Agnello goes in after this one, and he'll just send that one softly down the length of the ice.
Great power play shift from Georgia Tech. Lots of chances on front, traffic in front of the net. Trying to get some way to find the back of the net again here. That was probably their best power play shift since their first one of the game in which they scored. And I believe we're going to get a penalty. Going to the box now is Nathan Algier. Slashing is the call.
5 seconds left on the Georgia Tech power play. They'll have 5-on-3 here for 2:05. 6:36 to go here in the third period.
And they'd love to get that power play number up, as they were somewhat successful yesterday, 1 for 3, and today they're looking in the eye of 1 for 6. And it is now 1 for 6.
See their 7th opportunity get underway now as they move this one down the ice. Trevor Whitehead passes it up, gets this one to Alex Osborne. Fazio can't collect that one. It finds its way right back behind the net as Zach Masuski will take it inside of the corner. Fazio having this one. Played inside of the corner. Georgia Tech looks for the breakout here now. They move, finding its way down the ice, across the red line, and entrance into the zone now. Oh, a few checks down there, but it looked like Bigelow threw down his man Osborne. Now played back inside of the defensive end. 6 minutes to go here in the third period. A 12-2 lead for Central Michigan here in the national tournament's second day. And now played inside of the corner, and this one gets cleared down the length of the ice. $1:12 left to go here in Georgia Tech, having their 7th power play opportunity.
And we talked about the teams that take advantage of their special team opportunities are going to be the ones that succeed in this tournament. And so far, Georgia Tech, they've been given opportunity after opportunity. They just have been unable to capitalize.
Cleared down the length of the ice now. 50 seconds left to go here, as this one nearly gets taken right back away from Nick Wink. A little trip right there, no call made. And some good passing as the man's down on the ice. 40 seconds left to go here on the power play. 5:15 left in the game. Intercepted Nick Wink, left side to the front of the net, fires a shot.
Great
nice save there by Zach Cernich.
Beautiful save, and what a great play by Nick Wink to intercept the pass, take it in one-on-one, and Zach Cernich looks calm and relaxed in the net, and he makes a beautiful glove save on Nick Wink, who's having himself quite a tournament. He's got a goal tonight.
Face off right side. The Chippewas move this one back outside of their offensive end, all the way back to the D end, just to send that one on a very high clear down the length of the ice. They can't do that at where Central Michigan plays, very low roofs there. This one played back down as Georgia Tech moves it up the other way. Across the blue line, they enter in here. Pollock can't take that one with them. Down the ice, this one will go. That should just about kill off the 7th power play for Georgia Tech. 5 seconds left to go on it. One last rush up the ice here. Have to get back on sides. And Central Michigan will take it. 6 for 7 on their penalty kills here tonight.
Fantastic.
Tyer with this one. Drops it right back to Dalton Sullivan. Right side circle. To the front of the net. Trying to tip that one through. Finding its way right back behind the net on the goal line. Check thrown right back down there. This one moved. Nearly taken right back. Ryan Tyer's got it. Leaves it right back for Lansuki. Fires a shot. Up high. Loose down there. Underneath the goaltender. Gator trying to put that one through. Nathan Algier with another shot down there. And that one finds its way right back inside of the corner. Now Nathan Algier up to Ryan Tyer. Tyer from inside of the corner, finding its way right back behind the corner, and Lansuki will take this one from the defensive right side. Moving it right back down to Nathan Algier. Can't get that one. 3:50 to go here in the third period. Back behind the net, Dalton Sullivan's got it once again. Sullivan, as this one goes over to Gleason inside of the corner. Held up there by Gleason. Back behind the net, Ryan Tyer will go after it. Tyer from inside of the corner. Moved to the front of the net. Dalton Sullivan with this one. Moves it out to Ryan Tyer. And taking this one right back is James Gleason. Gleason back to Lansuki. Lansuki backhanding that one down the ice. Taken right back by Georgia Tech. And they'll clear this one down into the defensive end. 3:20 to go here. James Gleason comes in with speed. Gleason feeds this one right back behind the net. upends, or almost upended down there. Back behind the net is taken once again by the Chippewas. Gleason with this one. Left side circle. Turn and fire down there. Oh, what a kick save with the splits down there from Cernich. And this one will squeak its way out of the zone. 3 minutes to go in the third period. Check thrown right back down there. Georgia Tech had it and lost. They got it right back. Right side circle. Moving this one to the front of the net. And they score! Brandon Holt, redirect right in front of the net. One-time backhand. 12-3 with 2:55 to go in the third period.
What a great play in front. Like you said, a beautiful tape-to-tape pass. Brandon Holt buries that one for his 12th of the season, his 23rd point. George Mason not giving up.
Nope, I like it.
A little too late, but still to see that intensity here late in the game with just under 3 minutes. They've got 2 straight goals here in the third period. Beautiful tape-to-tape pass in front, and Brandon Holt scores.
You love to see this kind of effort from teams. Even if it's a game that seems like it's out of hand, keep that fight up, keep that intensity up. That's what shows that you're a good program to me. And right now, this Cernich team, coached by Robert Cernich, of course, doing a very good job of keeping themselves in it, getting some pride points, and giving their fans a showing here as they came out and supported them all season long.
Brandon Lublin is going to get the assist, the freshman from Newton.
That's it?
Massachusetts.
Thank you. I was waiting for that one. Jason Pischke fires a shot.
You don't know where Newton is?
I'd forgotten.
You got to keep up on your geography.
I know. Massachusetts and me have not talked in some time. Right side circle face-off coming up here. Jason Pischke will center this one for the Chippewas. 2:19 to go in the third period. Face-off dot. Jason Pischke with a shot. Agnello in front of the net trying to fight for that one. Finds its way through.
I think they're going to wave it off.
No goal there.
Beautiful saves there from Zach Cernich.
Sprawled out.
Dove across and robbed Shane Agnello, who's got his hands up. He's saying, what do I got to do to get a goal here? I've got a couple of assists, but what a great goalie Zach Cernich has proven to be. Like we said yesterday, his numbers were outstanding. In an overtime loss, 54 saves on 58 shots against Air Force.
Tough to not come up with the win there for him, and you got to feel for him in a game like that. Going after this one is Nick Wink now. This one dumped up into the air. Taking this one away will be Tom Petrick. One of the 3 goal scorers here tonight for Georgia Tech. Played to the blue line down the ice. This one will go. Cal Jesko will take it. Jesko with 1:40 left to go gets it to Gabe Smith and receives it right back. Jesko back inside of the defensive end. Gabe Smith with it. Moves this one across, and a pass that forced away the stick of Petrick. Now Simon Selly having this one. Jacob St. Andre will take it. He gets hit into the boards. That one just goes off with a stick, laying it about center ice. This one will be played, and moving this one the other way will be Carl Risley. Risley dumps that one right back down. Justice Bigelow, Patrick Bresser, and moved up the ice now as Joey Simon Selly's got it. Simon Selly not able to knock that one down as Jacob St. Andre. Taken back inside of their defensive end now. Zach Masuski keeps this one going. Out of the zone it comes. Final minute of play here. Brought this one in. Drop pass right back. Can't move that one back over. And chipped up the ice as this one's a shot on net. Oh, and that one almost found its way through. Move right back down the ice now as the Chippewas have it to Jacob St. Andre. Jackson Jeanette trying to get around a few Georgia Tech players as Michael Brzezowski watches around over here. Now play Joey Simon Selly. Mid-slot area, it's moved back out. Down the ice it'll go, 30 seconds to go. And an icing call here with 24.9 to go.
Shots in this period, Central Michigan back on top as they've got 16-8 against Georgia Tech. But like you said, Georgia Tech staying consistent in the shot department. 10 in the first, 11 in the second, and they've got 8 here in the third. But they're not going away quietly as they've got 2 back-to-back goals off the stick of Patrick Mueller and Brandon Holt.
Shot here from the right side circle, covered up by Cernich. 19.7 to go.
And he's been impressive as well.
Yes,
and net for the Yellow Jackets.
He has weathered the storm that he's been thrown into.
Even Rudnicki looked impressive for Georgia Tech. Faced a lot of shots, but man, he made a couple of really good saves there in the first period to keep this game close.
When you get overpowered like that, there's only so much that you can do as a goaltender. 10 seconds left to go in this game. Central Michigan's got it back inside of their offensive end. Ben Reitschuk going in after this one. 5 seconds to go here, and Central Michigan will start off pool play for themselves 2-0. 5-0 all-time in pool play games. An impressive 12-3 statement victory here against number 4 Georgia Tech, who drops down to 0-2 in pool play. An all-around team effort here as Trevor Whitehead comes up with the win for the Chippewas.
Central Michigan out shooting the Yellow Jackets 35-19 as they get the 12 goals up on the mark, and they will await to see the results of the George Mason Air Force game as they'll take on the Falcons tomorrow, and Georgia Tech as a matchup with the George Mason Patriots tomorrow. And a great game by the Chippewas as they seem to be getting more and more comfortable and playing better and better as this tournament goes along. Great performance by both teams, and the Chippewas were fantastic.
Well, that will just about do it. We will allow the other broadcast crew to prepare themselves for a great matchup here between Quinnipiac, who 1-0 against New Mexico. 1-0 Quinnipiac riding a hot streak after upsetting one of the top teams in the nation in Michigan State last night. A 3-2 win for them. New Mexico, winners of last night's game as well, and we will look forward to that game. So we will step aside for that. Hopefully you will rejoin us here on the ACHA D3 National Broadcast YouTube page for New Mexico versus Quinnipiac. We will see you then. Thank you for joining us for this presentation of ACHA D3 Hockey. Central Michigan, the 2 seed, wins it 12-3 over 4 seed Georgia Tech.